text to a girl I used to see, telling that I like this cutie pie who I like to be, and I apologize if this message gets you down. Then I CC'd every girl that I'd CC'd around town, and hate to see y'all frown, but I'd rather see her smile. What's up, y'all? Sorry it's taking me a little while to get link. I'm actually only 4 minutes late. That ain't too bad. Woo! What a good game week, man. I'm streaming into the microphone a bit, ain't I? I think I'm going. It says I'm going, but my phone be lagging. Let me see if I go out and go back in if it works. Anyway, what a crazy week. Yes, it was definitely my phone. An absolutely crazy week. Everybody hauling. You get a haul, you get a haul, you get a haul. Oh, man. This is an epic week. So right now, first off, I want to say what's up to everybody. Thanks, everyone, for showing up to the stream, as always. Hopefully this will be another good one. And hopefully everyone here had a great week. How did you guys do? How'd you guys do this week? Start off with, did you guys make the right captaincy call? Oh, man, a lot to talk about today. All right, let's go ahead and get started. Again, thanks, everyone, for showing up. So for me, before I get into some comments, I ended up with, I think, 66 points right now after the bonuses hit. I still have Lamptey and Basuma to come up. So a pretty good week for me, I'm not going to lie. I did end up captaining Kane, and the thrill, there's nothing better than when your captain scores a goal, man. Oh, man. I think it was like 7 o'clock in the morning when the game started here, something like that. But when the ball hit the post on his goal in like the 45th minute, the range of emotions from he's going to score to, oh my gosh, he hit the post and missed, back to just street euphoria, man. Anyway, great week for me. I ended up making a good captaincy call with Kane. Of course, if I would have captained Mo Salah, it would have been better, but I was never going to captain him this week. But that being said, he's back to his home form, man. Now that fans are back in the stadium, Mo Salah back in his home grind, man. All right, let's get some comments. Liverpool, what's up, Kobe? What's up, the Bandit? Welcome, everybody. Let's see the first names I see here on the comment section. What's up, Sanaa? Thank you, everyone, for showing up. All right, the Liverpool game was, straight bangers in that one. I mean, we could talk about that Liverpool game forever because we had Mo Salah goal and assist. We had the Mane that we thought was a goal, but ended up being a Semedo own goal off of just a beautiful cross from Trent Alexander-Arnold, who, by the way, is back and is the same price as Robertson right now. And so if you're going to make a call, who are you going to go for, Robertson and Trent? They're the exact same money if you want to go back to the Liverpool defense. That Liverpool defense over the next few games, they have Fulham, Tottenham, Crystal Palace, West Brom, Newcastle, Southampton, and Burnley. And they look really good defensively again, so it might be time to jump back on that train. We'll get into that later. Man, there's a lot to talk about from that Liverpool match. Yeah, let's see. The band also says, I was expecting more from a promising Wolverhampton squad. I did too, man. I thought they'd come out a little bit. I thought they'd counter a little better than they did. But Liverpool at home, right? Even without Van Dijk and Trent coming in later, they're just so good, man. They're unreal. Wolverhampton are just struggling to move forward attacking wise without Raul Jimenez, and it's gonna be a struggle for them moving forward for the time being. All right, should have captained Salah over Mahrez. I feel like that one's a hindsight kind of one. You know what I mean? Wolverhampton have a great defense, and it was West Brom or Fulham. Yeah, Fulham give up. If I'm not mistaken, Fulham have given up the most goals in the Prem this season, and Mahrez is on great form. So I don't think that was the worst option, captaining Mahrez over Salah, but of course that one hurts. That one does hurt. KDB, yeah, everyone who captained KDB came away with some 20-plus points. Salah 20-plus after bonus. Some really good captaincy returns this week for those guys. Let's see, didn't have KDB, but planning on bringing him in for Gameweek 13. I think I'm going to do the same. I'll get into that more later, after I catch up on some comments. Bringing in KDB for Game Week 13 because they play, why am I blanking on who they play? They play Liverpool next week. No, they play United next week. Yeah, they play United. So after that United game, man, they got West Brom and they got just green money trees for the next 8 game weeks. All right. Let's see. My plan for this week is Vardy to Kane, love it, and Ziyech to a 4.8 or lower midfielder so I can bring in KDB for Game Week 13. Which midfield is good for that price range? For 4.8, I don't know if there are many good 4.8 midfielders out there or any really. I could give it a quick check. I was gonna say gander. Well, I couldn't figure out the word. Let's go to midfielders. He said 4.8. I don't know if there's any. You might just go down to like 4.5 to like Romeo or something and kind of hope for the best. These are the options around that price. I mean, you're not gonna get anybody good at that range. I think there's a, unless you're getting like a Podence or NATO or Barkley, that 5.8, there's a huge drop off, and there's pretty much no one you get from there. So it'd be, in my opinion, it'd probably be best just to go to like Romeo and take that 1 week, or Anguissa, whatever it may be, and take that 1 week of I don't want to say punishment, but that essentially 2 points that week and move on to KDB the week after. But yeah, Vardy to Kane. Kane looks good, man. He's got Crystal Palace this week. Of course, after that, he has Team Snapchat. Why does Team Snapchat always send me snaps? Get my hopes up. They got Crystal Palace and Liverpool away. I don't know. Yeah, I'm planning on getting rid of him in Gameweek 13. I'll get into that more later. But yeah, bringing in Kane right now is tough. But look at that great run of fixtures after Gameweek 14. Wolverhampton, Fulham, Leeds, Villa, Sheffield, back to Liverpool, and then Brighton. So after Gameweek 14, man, Spurs look good now, period. All right, let's see. I don't want to show you guys my squad yet. You probably already saw it, didn't it? Let's see. Yeah, so I don't know if there's any good ones over 4.8 or under 4.8, under 5.4 or something like that. Let's see. Should have captained KDB over Bruno. I feel like that one's just unlucky. I'm not upset captaining Bruno this week. I mean, that being said, I would have captained KDB every time, but that's just me. KDB is just, if KDB is playing against not Liverpool, I almost want to captain him every week. But Bruno's the same thing. He was playing away. Look at the impact when he came onto the pitch. He came away with an assist, 2 bonus points after coming on at halftime. I mean, the first half, United were struggling to do anything. Everyone looked lost. Cavani didn't look like the Cavani we saw over the past 4 games. Martial looked lost. Rashford's getting into space, yeah, but... Or no, Rashford didn't come in the second half, excuse me. But United were just struggling big time. And then they answered Bruno Fernandes and Rashford in that second half, and it was night and day. And so I think if Bruno Fernandes does play the full game, he's coming away with a double digit. And that one's just sucks that he didn't start. Let's see, then you have Sana that says that she will have Bruno, Salah, KDB, Kane, DCL, and Bamford. That's a solid squad. That is a solid squad. I'm on 56 points with Salah's bonus to be added. So he'll be at 59, I'm assuming, because he's on 3, right? I don't think that's changed. Let me just fact check myself. Yeah, he's going to be on 3 bonus points. So he'll be at 59, which is on the Wi-Fi. All right, cool. Yes, congrats, Kobe. That's sick, man. Congrats. 4 out of the last 5 game weeks, you've had 70-plus points. You should come on the stream and talk about what you're doing for success, man. That's sweet. You got Ward-Prowse, KWP, and Shea Adams left. You should have 80 points after that. You should. Wilbur, what's up, man? Will, welcome. Daff, welcome, Daff, man. FPL Swan, back in the crib. Another week, another red arrow. Oh, man. That sucks, FPL Swan. Daff, yeah, that one's rough. You know the worst part is my camera's about to go off. Let's see if I can time it perfectly again. Yep, there it is. I have my finger on the button. I should have stayed strong. Anyway, now that one's tough, Swan. I know we were talking about I haven't seen your squad in a couple weeks. What's your squad looking like? I've been off Twitter for a lot. I'm trying not to get swayed by FPL Twitter's thoughts and whatnot. But what's your squad looking like? But that sucks. Another red arrow. But hey, we rally and try to get a green one next weekend, right? Also, I know you had Halar for a while. He should have had a goal. Anyway. Yeah, Kobe, that is amazing. Let's see. Rosendo says 75 points with Grealish and Mahrez would have helped me out a little bit. Absolutely. You captain Bamford? Oh, that is a gutsy call, captaining Bamford. It paid off. You got 8 points. So at the end of the day, that is huge. I got way too much in my ice right now. That thing cold. Yeah, 75 points. That's awesome. Of course, yeah, Grealish and Martinez not playing against Newcastle. That would have just put you... I mean, you would have been above 80 for show, in my opinion. But man, captaining Bamford, what a gutsy call. Daff with a 60 and a -4, so you ended up 56 points. Oof. I mean, that's not bad. 56 is good, in my opinion. I just feel like What's the average? Does anyone know what the average is right now? For everybody? That's not too bad. 56 points. Mr. Enigma, what's up? I'm already 8 minutes behind on comments. Let's catch up. Mr. Enigma, what's up, man? I don't know if you were here at the beginning, but I started with some one of the best Andre 3000, one of the best hip-hop verses of all time, the very beginning of my stream. How many points do I have? So right now I'm at 66, so I have 57. But after the bonuses are added, I'll have 66 points with Lamptey and Basuma to play. So a good week for me. I'm quite happy with it. The only thing that sucked with my week was Ziyech getting hurt. I hate seeing people get hurt first off. But yeah, 66 points I'm happy with. Period. Even if Lamptey and Basuma come away with a point, 2 points each, I'd still be pumped for my week. Yeah, so I'm at 66 after bonus, if they haven't changed. Son, Kane, and Salah. Woo! Son, Kane, and Salah, man. It was crazy because we started the week off with a KDB and a Sterling Hall, and everyone who owned those City assets were just buzzing. And then, let me make sure I get my timeline right. Yeah, we had KDB and Sterling go off, and everyone's saying, oh, dude, I got a huge green arrow. And then Bruno Fernandes comes on and gets a cheeky 6-pointer. Then, I don't know if anyone from Chelsea Hall besides Zuma. But yeah, then Zaha goes off for 2 goals. Then we had Jamie Vardy with a 90th minute goal. We had Kane and Son go off for double digits. Then Salah go off for double digits. Oh, everybody hauling, man. You get a haul. You get a haul. Where's Oprah when we need her? Should I keep or sell Jotsa? I would keep Jotsa for at least one more week. Whoa. I just got, yeah. Somebody I follow on or subscribe to on YouTube is saying they should sack Mikel Arteta. I don't know who it was. I couldn't see what YouTuber it was, but anyway, trust the process, baby. Should I keep or sell Jotsa? Personally, I would sell Jotsa, and I saw a tweet today that had Arnold Schwarzenegger saying, "Get to the Jota," and I'll never be able to think of Diogo Jota the same. I'll just think of Jota this way. But for me, I would keep Jota. I know he didn't start today. And I am curious on what happens in the Champions League this week because they already have it wrapped up. They have first place wrapped up. So they can rest players if they want to. But if Jota plays this weekend at that price, you're getting him against a Fulham side. That is a very good fixture for someone who's only 6.9 right now or whatever you bought him at. So personally, I would keep Jota. I'm going to bring in Jota, at least for this one game week. After that, then we'll decide later moving forward. I think I read some comments that Klopp said the front three of Mane, Klopp, and Salah weren't changing. Correct me if I'm wrong. It was just something I saw floating around Twitter. But I would keep Jota for at least one more week because the potential against Fulham is just too much to let go. Deep Production, what's up? We got a full house. I feel like a lot of people are here. The usuals. Deep Production, hey Don, what's up? How many points you had this week? I'm at 67 plus. Waiting McCarthy. My Grealish missed week, but it's still solid, I guess. 67 plus with McCarthy still to go. So you could end up with 70 points, 70 plus. 67 alone is a great week. I think you heard me from earlier. I got 66 plus. 66 right now with a couple to go. But 67, that's awesome, deep production. That's fantastic. And with McCarthy to go, because you had a dual keepers, right? And so you're going to bring in McCarthy this. Yeah. Huge week. 67, that's awesome. The Bandit. Most people captain Bruno was a big loss for most FPL managers. Yeah, this is a week where I almost feel like if you didn't get a double digit haul from your captain, it's a bit upsetting, right? Because you had KDB get double digits, Son, Kane, Mo Salah, all of them got doubles. So if you're captain like Bruno Fernandes, normally I'd be all right with a 6-pointer. But yeah, it does suck, man. That's rough. But when you move on to next week, the worst part about Bruno coming in too, that's all right. But yeah. A lot of people did captain Bruno, but I think that's just because he has like a 41% selection rate, right? Yeah, 41% on the dot. Shout out Animaniacs. Now zoom in a little bit on my team so you all can see my squad. But yeah, captaining Bruno, again, I think Bruno was in for double-digit performance if he would have stayed in the whole game. He should have come away with a couple more assists as well if I'm not mistaken. Got a bit unlucky with, I'm trying to remember the game now. Was it him? He could easily come away with a couple assists. He assisted the assister twice. That's what I remember for sure. Anyway, the Bandit had 69 or 70 with 2 players left. Another incredible week. So many good scores on here. I know a lot of people getting good scores. If you didn't get a good score, I mean, it happens. There are going to be weeks you don't. We rally and move on to next week, and hopefully get a green arrow. But those who did get huge numbers, congratulations. That is awesome. That you're going to have 70 plus with 2 players left. That is huge. Wibber, why did I remove Cancelo for Walker? Oh, Pep Roulette, man. Pep Roulette is so frustrating. I don't know what to do. If I had Kyle Walker at this point, I'd probably keep. Because they've already wrapped up Champions League, so he's not going to play midweek. No, he'll probably play because he hasn't played. And, if he doesn't play in Champions League, they're pretty much giving him 2 weeks off before his next game. But they are playing United, so they might rest him midweek. He might have the 2 weeks off before he plays United. If I had Walker, I would still keep him, depending on what the rest of my squad look like. That is unfortunate you remove Cancelo, but I think Walker's more nailed on for the long term over Cancelo. As far as me and City assets, the only City asset I am looking to bring in from here on out is going to be KDB, period. Maybe DS, but most likely it's only going to be KDB. He's the only one to me that's nailed on week in and week out, and that is frustrating. Do I think I should replace James Justin, who is currently my 4th option next week since they aren't that good and they will have tough fixtures? If so, who's a similar price? Concert Sufal. So, James Justin, yeah. So, it's tough with James Justin because I don't want Harry Kane. I want James Justin because he still has Brighton next week, who is a good fixture for them moving forward. But of course, I know I've talked about this a lot for the past 4 or 5 game weeks, and it's only a matter of time before Pereira comes back or Castagna comes back. But they're both getting hurt a lot, and so it might be all right holding on to him for a little bit. Of course, he wouldn't play him versus Tottenham or versus United, but he still has Brighton, Crystal Palace, and Newcastle over the next few games. But in my opinion, if I was going to drop him, I might not drop him until those guys are officially back, especially if he's your 4th option. If we look at other defenders at his price range, man, eating healthy really gives you a lot of energy. Weird, huh? I was a nutrition minor in college, and I'm just I feel like those things I'd get made fun of in class for that. Let's see. So at that price, about 4.9. Now let me go through it real quick. Now I want to go into cash. I want to go into Arsenal's defense. I want to go into Wolverhampton defense. I like Sufal a lot. Sufal looked really good this last weekend. He was getting into some great positions. There were times too where he was wide open on the flank and they just couldn't find him. I think if they were to get the ball, he would have been in great position to lead the attack, to lead the counter. So I'm super behind on comments, but at that price range, I'd probably save a bit of cash. I'd either try to find a way to get Reece James into your lineup. Personally, this is my personal opinion. I'd either try to find a way to do that. I mean, Lamptey's cool. Maybe Kyle Walker-Peters. Kyle Walker-Peters, Sufal probably be my top targets. Something like that. As I move this around way too much. Making the screen a bit wibbly wobbly in it. Cresswell, if you want to go up a few more, like 0.3 more. I'm assuming you have them on at 4.6 though, so you might not be able to get that much cash. Yeah, KWP. Of course, one of the Dallas boys like Ailing or Dallas boys, the Leeds defending assets like Ailing or Dallas. My camera, man. All right, yeah, that's what I would do. Maybe a Leeds defender. They're tough. There's not much great pricing, but if it's your 4th option, there's some good ones. For me, it would depend on who best, what fixtures line up best on my 3rd option defending. All right, but yeah, for me, I would go Sufal personally. Sadly, an L this week. What's up, Blues FPL? Blues FPL is a FPL YouTube content creator. Please check out Blues FPL channel. If you like it, subscribe. If not, you move on. We experiment a little in life. You never know. Curry's great until you try some curry. Man, I want curry. I feel like every stream I'm either mentioning Curry or Rihanna. So let's see. Sadly, took an L this week, most likely. That one does suck. Jotsa not starting sucks as well. Sometimes it's tough, man. Sometimes the FPL dice just doesn't roll your way. We rally and move forward to the weekend, and we get a green arrow next weekend. Blues FPL. That's what we do. And we enjoy life while we're at it. Hopefully the stream helps that. All right. John Well, Wilbur, I did the same thing, but I have Reece James on the bench. Oof. Reece James on the bench, man. That one's rough. You must have some good. I gotta stop moving the screen too much. I'm playing with y'all. That's not what I want to show y'all. Back to this. Yeah. Reece James is good, man. Reece James, in my opinion, has nailed down that right back spot. He is a dude. I like Reece James a lot. You must have some good depth if you're benching Reece James. Move this over to the side. I got to fix my format on this live stream video, too. If anyone's good at graphic design, please let me know how to do that. All right. Captain Blank, I'm going to catch up on comments now. Captain Blank with 64 points. KWP James, that is awesome. James, fantastic week, man. 64 with KWP still to play. You're on to a great week, James. Congratulations. That is sick. Awesome. Moldy, what's up, Moldy? Welcome back, baby. I'm badly licking my wounds after that Wolves loss. Oof. I did get You're at 95 points? Whoa. Moldy, whoa. Well done, man. Got McCarthy and Lamptey tomorrow. I am second in the Donatello's mini league. Whoa. So you're at 90. Can I look at your squad? Can you give me the okay if I look at your squad and show y'all what Moldy's squad looks like? I'll catch up on the comments to see if you say yes or not. But 95 points, that's incredible. And you still have McCarthy and Lamptey to go. So you could come away with 100. You're close, man. You could come away with the hundo this week. Oh, I love 100 weeks. I hope to be part of one day. That's awesome. But yeah, that Wolverhampton loss. You got some really bittersweet moments this week, man. 95 points, but your Wolves got 4-0. That's rough. But that one is rough. Let's see. Simon says 69 points without bonus. Festegard left. Is it Festegard? Is that how you say it right? 69 points. Another incredible week. Man, a lot of people are having great weeks out here. 69 points. Simon, incredible, man. Everyone has scored something for me this week. You didn't have one blank on your squad? See if you... Yeah, cool. You said go for it. All right, I'm going to go show Moldy's squad real quick. I'm pretty sure it's that one. 82. I'm assuming you got bonus coming in. You got Susek off the bench giving you an 8-piece. You got bonus points for Son and Kane still to come in. Made a great captaincy call with KDB. Woo, look at that squad, man. Look at that squad. Oh my gosh. Every single person returned for you. Every single person. Whoa. Dang, hopefully you didn't jinx it with Lamptey and McCarthy still to go, man. I squeaked right there. I squeak a lot in these. Yeah, jeez. Incredible squad, man. Incredible squad. And you got Kane and Son. They're so good, dude. That's without Mo Salah as well. That just goes to show that nobody here is essential. And nobody's essential in FPL. Because, yes, Mo Salah went off for double-digit points, but Moldy got 95 points without Mo Salah. So there still is a way without it, man. Nobody is essential. But incredible week, Moldy. Of course, Wolverhampton losing is not fun, but let's see. Back to the top. Back to where I was at. And we're at Moldy's last comment. That is huge, man. That's so sick. Man, Donatello's squad doing it big this week. Lucky you, I didn't have it. Oh, man. Let's see. Average is 57. Okay, average is 57 then. So that's a huge scoring week. But that's not too surprising with KDB, with everyone hauling right now. But 57 is a huge, huge average. My name is... What? My name is who? My name is Nazogoob. 60 points with Adams and Lamptey still to play. And can you please review my team? I am... Who ate all the pies. Yeah, nice. I love that name, man. Love that name. Donatello's Mini League. I think you said, who ate all the pies? Who ate... Oh, there it is. Why wasn't I spacing? All right, so you're at 60 points with Adams and Lamptey still to play. All right. Looking at your squad, first I got to see how much cash you got in the bank. You have 1.6 million in the bank, so you could do a lot with that. Let's leave it up to everyone else real quick. Anyone else have thoughts on this one? For me first, Foden is in a rough spot. It's funny, too, because Pepper Roulette happened so much, but he didn't make a sub this weekend. Anyway, Foden is rough. Who you got on your bench? You got Sioux Fall. I like Sioux Fall a lot. Kyle Walker-Peters. So you have some good depth with the defensively. That's a lot of work, though, to drop one of those guys down to yeah, it's a lot of work to drop one of those guys down to a 4.2, 4.1. Anyway, let's see. I like Lamptey, love Chilwell, James Schmeichel. I think that's a great back line. I wouldn't touch anything with that back four. Let's see. You got KDB, who is phenomenal for the future. Fernandez is incredible. DCL's fixtures are flipping, but he's still such a good price that I might keep him and see how he performs against big squads or bigger squads. Shea Adams, I still like Shea Adams. Harry Kane, I still like a lot. For me, I'm drawing attention to those two in the midfield between Foden and James. I would try to do something with that. Now, at 1.2, James is about 7.8, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, 7.8, 1.2, so you can get to a 9 mil. There's not much good price around there. I mean, I wouldn't go Pulisic just yet. He's still hurt, still recovering. I would look to move on from James and Foden myself personally. The hardest question is going to be for who. I would probably drop James Rodriguez and bring in Jack Grealish if it were me. Jack Grealish has 2 double game weeks coming up, and he has a good run of fixtures for the next 4 or 5 game weeks, if I'm not mistaken. That'd probably be the first thing I do with yours, or drop Foden, because Foden's more... I just don't know if Foden's going to play week in and week out. That's what makes me nervous about him. But those two in the middle between Foden and James would be something I would want to move on with. It's just who do I bring in for him? There are good options at that price between Podence, Neto, even though they have tough schedule moving forward. Obviously, Diogo Jota, if he plays. You have Ross Barkley. If you're feeling lucky, you could go Christian Pulisic, my hero. Yeah, Zaha. I wouldn't go Zaha at this point. I'd probably go with Grealish and switch one of those guys out for Grealish. 60 points though. That's a great week, man. All right, where we at? Kobe, at least that the minus 20. That's right. He took some minus 20s, man. Kobe. Oh man, minus 20. I miss taking minus 4s, man. I got a minus 4 plan next week, so I'll be back in the minus 4 gang here soon enough. Don, can you recommend some hip hop to us, please? Absolutely, I would love to. The question is, what style of hip hop do you want? Do you want some 90s, some early 2000s, some people who are new? Do you want some goats? I guess it all comes down to those kind of things. Are you looking for more trap? Are you looking for more lyricism, West Coast, South, someone repping from the South or East Coast? That's answer those questions for me, and then I'll give some good hip hop. Let's see, or I'll give some recommendations. Plan on getting Reece James and Target. Love that. I'm such a big Reece James fan, man. He is solid. My only worry with Reece James is he going to start? And it seems nailed on at this point. At 5.1, he seems great value for his money. I have 67 points, Mr. Enigma, with McCarthy. I said I was going to catch up, and now I'm 15 minutes behind. I have 67 points with McCarthy left to play. I'm stuck at 208K overall. Haven't moved for 3 weeks. Martin Luther King said, if you he said crawl. If you can't crawl, or no, he said if you have to crawl, if you can walk, if you can jog, if you can fly, but whatever you do, keep moving forward. And so, hey, at the same time, you're stuck at 208K overall, but you're not making moves back. Sometimes you got to just take a few weeks here and there, but 208K still overall is great. Of course, I can understand it's a bit frustrating when you're not going anywhere, but keep up the work, man, and keep finding ways to turn my camera off. Keep finding ways to bring in players who do well. Obviously, 208K, I would dream to hit 208K right now. Let's see. Harry says, was actually surprised that Cancelo got to play while Walker was benched. Unreal. I mean, everyone was saying this whole week that Kyle Walker was rested and Cancelo started. And, of course, Pep played us. I knew Pep Roulette is the thing, but this is just mad. I'm glad I didn't transfer Cancelo for Walker this week. Yeah, shout out to Wilbur who did, man. That is rough. I mean, yeah, I said it earlier in the stream. At this point, I'm not going to bring in any city assets not named KDB. He's the only guy I'm going to go for because everyone else is just too much of rotation risk. But yeah, that is. Oh, I feel bad for anyone to do that. I swapped Cancelo out myself for Reece James, so I lost a point, but I gained sustainability over the next X amount of game weeks. So I'm happy about it. Thor, I love that name. Every time I see that, Thor, welcome back, welcome back. Have 67 points with 3 to play. That is awesome. You're going to be in a 70 plus. Oh, that is a nice green arrow for you, Thor. Congratulations. That is awesome. Kobe says, wish me a happy birthday for tomorrow. Happy birthday to you. Feliz cumpleaños a ti. I think that's the only 2 languages I can say it in. Anyway, happy birthday, man. I wish I could do more than just give a shout out, but I guess shout out's what I'll do. Happy birthday, Kobe. Hopefully you can get some I don't know. Yeah, hopefully you get some good food for dinner tomorrow, man. Happy birthday. How do you plan to get KDB in? Must mean Kane out unless you take out Fernandez. Yeah, so if you're still here after 13 minutes of commenting, this is my plan for the future. I'm going to... that's not what I want to do. All right, so I'm going to take out... So this week, to show you what my move I did already this week, move brought to you by Modelo. If you're gonna drink responsibly and delete the FPL app off your phone. But at the same time, at least I made a move on FPL. I didn't text my ex, so we'll take some wins. All right, so this is the thought, right? So I'm gonna bring in KDB in game week 13 because if you look at Harry Kane's schedule, I'm gonna bring him in after because I can't get rid of because KDB plays United, Kane plays Crystal Palace. I ain't touching those guys. Come game week 13. Kane has Liverpool and then Leicester. Those are 2 tough fixtures back to back. While Kane has, I think KDB has West Brom. I always do that every time. I think he has West Brom, Southampton, Newcastle. So I'm going to bring in KDB for game week 13 for Harry Kane. The only question is who do I do, right? So I could do this. It'll be for a -4, and I'll bring in De Bruyne. And that would still leave me with 5.7 in the bank for my extra attacker. I could obviously just go with Brewster, and then by that time the next week maybe I'll bring in. Actually, let me see if I have enough funds for this. I'll bring in Brewster and just kind of hope that Jotsa plays, and then I'll probably transfer out Chilwell for. Ooh, I don't have enough cash for that. Never mind then. But that's what I'll do. Something like this, and this will be my squad moving forward. But I could also go... I could also take out Jota next week because Jota could just be a 1-week punt. And I could go KDB in for Diogo Jota. And it will leave me 8.1 left in the bank. Unfortunately, Danny Ings isn't dropping in price. And so I'm 0.2 short of Danny Ings. But I could just go like, I don't know, Callum Wilson. Or not Callum Robinson, Callum Wilson. So I could bring in Wilson for that price and still have 1.6 overall in the bank, and then my squad would look something like that. And then when Kane has his fixtures flip in game week 15 or 16, when he plays Fulham, Leeds, Villa, Sheffield, I'll find a way to either bring out Fernandez, KDB, or... it's already giving me a headache, but it's going to be something like that. It's going to be a swap for Kane out and KDB in, and then I'm going to try to find a way to... Actually, let's see this. And then he has... Actually, hold on. I'm going to do some quick tinkering real quick. After game week 14, West Brom, then I could take him out. And I could bring in the legendary Son. For about... he'll be about 9-7 at that point. And so I could have like Ollie Watkins or Shea Adams or something like that. If I was... maybe something like this. That will give me a 3-4-3. Something like that. I don't know. How's that look? So it'll be something like that. I haven't figured out all. I gotta get out of here before I actually hit. Before I hit confirm. But it'll be something along those lines. I'll wait till game week 15 to bring in Spurs asset for those who don't have either Son or Kane. Yeah, at this point I wouldn't bring in Son or Kane. If I had Son or Kane, I'm keeping him again for this next week. But I wouldn't bring him in because I have Liverpool, Leicester, and Wolverhampton next. I know Wolverhampton gave up 4 this week, but it's going to be tough for them to... Or I don't see that happening week in and week out. I would hold on to him for now. Come game week 15, yeah, I really like... Excuse me. I really like... Sorry, that was terrible. I really like bringing him in, dude, because look at that schedule. I mean, they're already... They've been killing it this season so far, man. Harry Kane is just on fire. He's got 8 goals and 10 assists. How am I supposed to drop that? And for that run of fixtures, you can't get rid of him, man. You can't. Anyway, I think so. 100%. Game week 15. Try to find a plan to bring in some Spurs assets. All right. Dyer for Justin. That's a good shout. I mean, Spurs are playing so good defensively. They, I think, when was the last time they had a goal? I'm really making the screen messy, and I apologize. They don't have goals scored against, do they? Or last goals conceded in it. Yeah, so they haven't given up they've given up one Premier League goal since game week 6. So they faced Burnley, Brighton, West Brom, City, Chelsea, and Arsenal, and given up one goal. One goal in 6 games. And Dyer looks like a cheap way into that Spurs defense. So I'm not against that move at all. So happy so far. 78 points. Dylan, that's incredible. 78 points is huge. All right, I'm for real going to go on Turbo Drive. I'm going to go on ludicrous speed real quick to catch up on these comments. 78 points tomorrow with bonuses to come and McCarthy still to play. That's a huge week. Dylan, congratulations. That is awesome, man. You're going to be in the 90s, maybe in the 90s. You never know. Awesome week. Kobe, my team for next week is Martinez, Chilwell, Walker-Peters, Reece James, Jotsa, Bruno, KDB, Grealish, DCL, Kane, Shea Adams, benches, John Stone, Soufal, Target, Ward-Prowse. Incredible squad. I don't know if I would make a move. That is incredible. All right. What's FPL league code? FPL league code is in the description. I think it's, I'll bring it up right here if you wanted me just to show it real quick. I think it's like P8 X2K. Yeah, P8XY2K. There it is right there for anyone who wants a league code in Donatello's mini league. I don't know if I'm getting out. I'm still trying to figure out a way that I can reward those who are doing well, other than just shout outs in my videos. But yeah, I'll figure out something later. I'll figure out something. But yeah, league code is in the description and it's right there. Chelsea taking over Europe. Yes, we're the only Premier League team outrun Leeds, but y'all outran Leeds by 6 kilos. That actually is impressive because Leeds work, man. They never stop, man. Chelsea look really good. And they still haven't even clicked yet, in my opinion. Should I bring in Meslier, McCarthy, or Martinez? Well, the thing with Martinez is he still has good fixtures running up, and he has 2 double game weeks that are going to happen. And so Martinez is looking good for my thoughts. Josip, hopefully I said your name right. If it wasn't for that, I'd probably say McCarthy overall. But because of the double game weeks coming up, I'd probably bring in Martinez. Papa J, what's up? Welcome. Good to have you here. Let's see. Moldy says, yeah, welcome to have you. Moldy says, I took out Robertson for DS and KDB for Rashford. So the players I took out scored for... Oh. If you would have kept those guys in, you would have had a hundo. Easy. Oh, so the players you took out scored for me as well. Oh, no, because you had a... Oh, man. See, even the people you took out still balled out. Moldy, man, I got to get you on the stream and have you talk about your squad. That's another thing I want to do in the stream, man. I know I've streamed twice a week. I really want to, I really got to fix the template on this here, too. Maybe I'll just make, yeah, that's good right there. I really want to get some of you guys on the stream and talk about your guys' squad, man. That's what I really want to do, especially the FPL YouTube content creators on here as well. If you're out here, content creators, please find me. I want to get you guys on the stream. Yeah, that's, Moldy, man, everything you touch is turned to gold, man. You got the Midas touch. You got that Drizzy Drake. Let's see. What's up, Sean? Eric Castillo, glad to see you here. I was hoping you would show up today. Welcome. Nice seeing Kane doing work for you today. I can't tell you how hype I was when he scored that goal, man. Oh my gosh. Nothing like a 9 a.m. adrenaline rush. Yeah, yeah. What do you think of DCL with tough fixtures coming up? So yeah, I was originally planning on getting rid of him, but... The injury to Ziyech, it was going to be, if you saw my last video, it was either going to be him or Ziyech that were going to make waves this week, depending on how Ziyech looked. Of course, Ziyech got injured, so it's going to hurt. That hurts what I'm able to do moving forward. My camera's about to go out. So I had to make that move. So I'm stuck with DCL. There we go. And I really want to bring in KDB, so I'm almost tied to DCL now. But I really want... I really want to look up and see how he's performed against top side squads last year and see how he did before I give any further advice. Like I said, I'm curious to see how he performs against Chelsea and Leicester and how that Everton side does. If it were me, he would be out of my squad. I know it, but at the same time, it's tough because at his price that most people got him at, like 7.5, 7.6, whatever you got him at, it's hard to drop him for another option. There's not much better for that price. But if it were me, I would look to move on from him. But again, I want to do some more research before I fully say that. I'll get at the same time. I am interested to see how he plays this weekend. For me, I would look to move on. Guys, go check out FPL Don and a podcast. Yeah, I'm in an FPL Graduates video this weekend. Good shot, Wilbur. Check out FPL Graduates YouTube if you like them, subscribe to them. But yeah, I was a guest feature. I pulled a little Wayne out this week and went into the FPL Graduates video. It was fun, man. They're awesome. I really like those two. Brand new YouTubers. Support your local YouTubers. What do you think of taking Hamas out for Jotsa and Mitrovic out for Bamford, or Rodriguez out for Grealish and Mitrovic out for Welbeck? Personally, I really like Bamford. I mean, I've liked him all season. I know I was a little bit late to the party, but look at these run of fixtures he has now. He's got West Ham, Newcastle United's tough, Burnley, West Brom. But the thing with him is this dude, yeah, he just gets so many chances. Leeds create so much. They're always working. They're they've got to be one of the most industrious teams in Europe right now. They just consistently run. They work for 90 plus minutes. And between Jack Harrison, Rafinha, even between Dallas and Ailing creating, they create so many opportunities for Bamford that I just don't know why. I like having him on my squad, I'll say that. As far as getting out Rodriguez, I'd probably rather have Jack Grealish because he does have 2 double game weeks, and he's been absolutely incredible this whole season. He's nailed on, which Jota isn't. I mean, Jota can start any given week, of course, and come in off the bench and do work. But Grealish is nailed. He has 2 double game weeks coming up. He still has a favorable fixture if we look at that. He still has Wolverhampton, Burnley, West Brom, and Crystal Palace. And so I would probably look to go Hamas to Jack Grealish. But Bamford, man. Bamford's noise. Any news on Newcastle? I haven't heard a thing on Newcastle. I haven't heard a thing on Newcastle. I wish I could. I've heard nothing. If anyone has heard any news on Newcastle, please let us know. Moldy says Kane and Son are so hard to get rid of when they have been so consistent. I read that Kane has scored 14 goals in 10 versus Leicester. Oh, maybe I don't drop Kane then. I agree though. Like Kane and Son, it's always like you look at their fixtures and you think, man, I should really drop them over this past while. But he scored 12 points today. In his last 4 game weeks, he's averaging 12 plus 9, or I guess you wouldn't drop him for West Brom. 6 plus 12 is 18. 18 divided by 3 is dang near 6. It is 6 on the dot. So he's still averaging 6 points per game against the top 6 squads. Harry Kane is. And it's hard to get rid of him. I mean, dude has 8 goals and 10 assists this season, if I'm not mistaken. He is unreal. So it's hard to get rid of him. And the biggest thing for me with having him over KDB or something like that is that he's still less. He's still like $1 million less than KDB is, which can give you a lot of options in your others on the rest of your squad, so you're a little bit more balanced. But I agree, it's so hard to get rid of him. My name is no worries. Tom Pierce says he has 72 with Adams and Lamptey to go. That's incredible. Happy with that. I would be too, man. I would be too. Was going to move Kane to Fernandez, but reconsidering after that game. Spurs seem way more consistent, but I don't know. That's tough, man. I would definitely not move Kane to Bruno this week. Bruno's playing against City. Kane's playing against Crystal Palace. Of course, Bruno can score more, but the odds are in Kane's favor to score there. Let's fix my screen up. So I would keep Kane over Bruno Fernandes personally. Just at least for one more game week. And Spurs are top of the table. Joint with Liverpool. Don Zaha did well this game week, so he should carry on that momentum in the next one. Dude, Zaha is playing well this year, man. I wonder where he's at. Can I live? Let me go look at his schedule real quick. I said I was going to hit ludicrous speed, and I ain't hitting that at all. He's already got 69 points. Nice. Yeah, he is. Dude, look at that. I mean, he'll have weeks. Look at that. 15 points and a 1 and a 2, but then 9-13, then 1-5 double donuts, and then a 15. Zaha's been playing incredible this season, man. He already has 7 goals and 3 assists. He looks good, dude. He looks good. If you have him, I would keep him. I wouldn't look to bring him in because I think his fixtures flip here in a second. But he's good, man. I would keep him. If I had him, I would keep him. Moldy, do you have Kilman? And if so, what are your plans for him? I'm sure you answered that later in the comments. I'm interested to read that myself. For me, I would probably look to move on from Kilman. Bamford or Wilson, worth the 0.5 mil. Kevin Wilson does have a double game week coming up. He has 4 really good fixtures here in a row, if it were me, and it is, obviously as you can see my squad, I have Bamford over Callum Wilson, but Wilson's dope, man. And Wilson is also on penalties as well. That's a tough call. I would need to do some more research before feeling comfortable answering that question, Rosendo. So come to the stream on Thursday and I'll have a better answer for that. But for me off the top of my head, I'd probably say I'd rather have Bamford still. But Callum Wilson on penalties, great run of fixtures, and double game week is not to be overlooked. I got the Chelsea lineup correct as well. Whoo! Yeah, we were talking about that, huh? Talking about Giroud coming in and starting over Tammy Abraham. And Reece James, man. Reece James. I think I saw something too that over like a certain time period, I don't remember exact time period, but Giroud has like the third most goals in Europe, only behind Christie and Messi. I think it's like a long start, but it was still eye-popping. Let's see. No, Kobe, I have no idea what is happening with our team after the Raul injury. This is Moldy talking about Wolverhampton squad. Says he has no idea what's happening with our team after the Raul injury. We played a 4-3-3 today, then 4-4-2, and then back to 3-5-2 during this game. Yeah, you guys were definitely all over the place. You might be experimenting to see how you can fill the Raul Jimenez void. If we play 4 at the back, then Kilman stays on the bench. Yeah, at this point, I gotta shrink my face. I got a Megamind head on the screen real quick. I'm gonna go shrink the size of my camera real quick. Give me 1 sec as I bring y'all into the matrix. There we go. That should be better, so y'all can see my screen more clear. But yeah, at this point, man, if I had Kilman, I don't know if I'd move on. I'd probably move on. But at the same time, it's not the biggest issue because again, most people got him for under 4.4, so it's still not the biggest concern to me. Let's see. Where we at? The whole city behind us. The Bandit says, "Don't you think Adama Traore should have started on the left since Williams played right back for Liverpool?" Question that Moldy can answer better than I can. Tom Pierce says, "Wolves seem to be having a formation crisis at the moment." Yeah, I agree. I think it's just I think they're having a case of nothing is working offensively for us. We got to figure something out, and quick. Really want solid because the crazy thing is that I've talked about this with Moldy on here before. Is they don't look that good at going forward attacking wise for this whole season, but at the end of the day, they're still in 10th place, which is pretty good considering they're not moving the ball forward that great. Where we at? Really want Salah, but I'm short 1 mil. I would like to see the rest of your squad and know what to do. But yeah, this Fulham match for Salah, dude, woo, looks good. Yeah, it's tough because there's so many good assets. You're not going to be able to get them all. I mean, you could probably, if you went like super, super, super cheap on defense and maybe got like the cheapest forward you could have. But I mean, you have Salah, Bruno Fernandes, KDB, Kane, Son. I feel like I'm missing somebody. I mean, let's not forget Mane. There's so many good premium assets this year that are balling out. You can't fit them all in. So but pick your poison, I guess. It's tough. Aren't sure about 4 or 5 at the back. Aren't sure what to do up top without Raul. Yeah, that's losing a striker at the caliber that Raul Jimenez isn't good for any squad, man. Especially one that was already struggling going forward as it is. Drop Kilman for Neco gives you extra cash, but the thing with Neco is Trent Alexander-Arnold is back today, so unless you were just doing it strictly just to save cash and have him as your 5th defender. Kobe, what's the best formation to play in FPL? Kobe says, what's the best formation to play in FPL? It all depends on you, man. All depends on you. I think there's an argument for anything, honestly. I think I was watching the video that Josh Bull did, who won FPL last season. By the way, my camera. I was checking Josh Bull's overall ranking history over the past like 4 years. And it's like he's in the millions almost every year. And then this year, or last year, he goes and wins it all. Anything is possible, man. But he was posting something that, not just him, but every year people show like what you could do at the beginning of the season that would win you FPL. And 5 in the back is a consistent frame, right? So if you have, let's look at it right now. The highest scoring players are Zuma's got 67, Chilwell 58, 52, and Robbo. But at the same time, you look at all these, so maybe it's not the case this year. Usually like Trent, over the last 2 years, Trent, Van Dijk, and Robbo would give you 200 plus points a year. Then you can kind of fit in I think Dunk scored a lot last year, 2 years ago. So there's some options, but at this moment, man, it just depends. I think 3 at the back is a way I want to go moving forward for sure. I mean, you got Kane, Calvert-Lewin. Kane's almost at 100 points already this season. Son's 2 away from 100 points this season. I'm making this screen super difficult to watch. I apologize. We're back to it. I think, in my opinion, it'd be 3 in the back and just get as many attackers as you can because they are going off this season. Traore is better down the right. It says Moldy, who is a Wolverhampton supporter. He says Traore is better down the right and can beat any fullback. Absolutely. That dude is speed. Nato was doing well versus Neko, I agree. Second half when we switched over, Traore then didn't do as well. Second goal made our heads drop. For me, the problem with Traore is one of his best assets is his ability to beat a defender one-on-one. Obviously, isn't an unpopular opinion. But when he beats a defender one-on-one, he can really get down that flank and get to the touchline and whip in across. I don't know if he could do that with his left foot. I don't see him cutting in to his right foot if he was on the left flank and then putting in a cross, kind of curling it in. So I think his best position to me is a right wing and just blowing by defenders. Second goal made your heads drop. I agree. I think a lot of people forget how mentally tough sports can be. And when you see that second goal go in, and it's the first time you've had fans in the stadium in 8 months, and you're at Anfield, even though there's only like 2,000 people, it sounded loud on television. And I'm sure they were just going nuts when that happened. And so you get 2 goals down to a Liverpool side who has been unreal for the past few years. It's tough. Anyway, I really got to hit light speed real quick now. Do you think it's worth getting rid of Jotsa? I think I answered that one, right? Wait a minute. Where am I at? Yeah, there I am. I have a few transfers. Brian says I have a few transfers I want to do. Will you have a look at my squad, BP11, and think what you would do? Absolutely. No problem. Let's see. Donatello's BP11. Swoop. There it is. Welcome everyone who just joined. I see we have a few new players in the Donatello Mini League. Welcome. What I would do with your squad. First, I got to check how much cash. You got $2 million in the bank. You got Grealish on the bench. All right, cool. All right, what I would do with your squad. I love Soufal. I like Soufal. I shouldn't say love. I like Soufal. Love Chilwell. Love Zuma. Zuma balling out, man. On a side note, I was playing a guy in my mini league. One of my good friends from high school. If you're watching this, what's up, Peach? I had Chilwell and Reece James. He had Zuma. You can finish that joke if you want. Anyway, what I would do with your squad, you got good depth too. Because even if Jotsa doesn't play, you got Grealish. Well, I would start Grealish first off. I wouldn't necessarily worry about dropping Walker. I mean, maybe you could go. You only have 1.9, right? And Kyle Walker's 6. Is that what you have? Kyle Walker's 6'2". If you can get him at 6'2", you would still be 0.1 short of getting one of the Liverpool defenders. If I were looking at my squad, I would probably try to upgrade Vardy to Harry Kane. That's what I would do. Because Vardy has I think this is his last good fixture. I know he has Brighton next week. But Kane has Crystal Palace. But then he has 2 tough matches after that. But that's probably what I would do. I don't know if I would worry about Kyle Walker right now. I love Bruno, love KDB. DCL would be somebody on my mind to get rid of. Maybe now that Danny Ings is back, I would probably maybe look to swap DCL out for Danny Ings. But it's still not sure if DCL can score against top sides. I haven't looked into that. Your defense is solid. I mean, maybe you could drop Kyle Walker down to a Kyle Walker-Peters and have a rotation between Soufal and KWP. Whoever has the best fixture, play those guys. Save you like 1.6, 1.7, about 1.6, and that would give you 3.5 in the bank, and that would give you a lot of room to work with. You could upgrade. I don't know if you want to upgrade Diogo Jota, but you could upgrade him to Son. You could upgrade You could switch out Vardy, go to like Callum Wilson, and bring in Mo Salah next week. Maybe that's what you do. Something like that, off the top of my head. Hopefully that helps. But at the end of the day, I still like your squad. It still looks good. Moldy says if you need 1 mil to get Salah, then downgrade James Ward-Prowse. 6.1 is a lot for a bench player. Will cause you a nightmare if he scores and he's on your bench. I'm not against that thought at all. James Ward-Prowse has been balling. He's incredible on set pieces. But if I was really looking to get some cash, dropping Ward-Prowse would definitely be a way to bring in Mo Salah. And do you think it's worth to get rid of Jotsa or not? I think I answered that one right. I wouldn't get rid of Jotsa just yet. I wouldn't get rid of him. He's been playing way too well. He's been playing way too well just to come in for 20-minute cameos week in and week out. I would hold him for at least one more game week for Fulham. Playing against Fulham, he could be in for a haul. You never know. So I would keep one more week and then maybe look to move on. Does it count my points into your league when I join, or I think it? So you won't start on 0. You'll come in and you have the most. You'll just have the points you scored so far. It'll be overall. I'll show you right now. So in leagues, if we go to Donatello's, like we have Werner of Wall Street. Love that name. Shout out Margot Robbie one time. So these people are not new into it, but we have people who are new, and it'll just go and you'll have your overall score. Let's show the top squads. Broad's top of the chart. America's Top FPL, another FPL content creator. Check them out, man. But yeah, so it'll be here. You'll have your overall score. And then we also have like December and show who has the best score in December. And so Show Me Damane is the best in December right now. Shout out Show Me Damane. It hasn't updated yet, but sick. Oh, this guy, I hope he doesn't mind me checking out his squad. He got DS in for Cancelo as well because I know he went with Cancelo. So that's a squad right now, man. Barat. Doing big things. Top of the league. What's his overall rank? Look at that. A content creator at America's Top FPL is at 21,000 overall ranking right now. He's been playing for 13 years, and he's not new to that ranking. There's my update. Sweet. He is not new to that ranking. So check him out. Check him out. It's 2 of them. I like him a lot. Is it worth replacing KDB for Salah for a 1-week punt? I don't think so. I think. Well, my personal opinion on playing the game, my new strategy for FPL is having certain premiums and just never getting rid of them, and kind of using your transfers to worry about like the Bamfords, the DCLs, the Ziyeches, and kind of rotate those guys around. But as far as your heavy hitters, I would probably just keep on to them. I wouldn't want to waste a transfer to bring out Mo Salah or bring out KDB, either one of them, just to bring them back in later, because that just kind of, I mean, you might need to make a move for like a Ziyech or DCL, you know what I mean? But that's my new strategy I'm kind of implementing and seeing how it works. Anyway, that's my thoughts. On Newcastle, Eric Castillo says on Newcastle, he read that the club is going to do everything possible to play their next match. Just depends on the medical staff's assessment of the players. There you go. Thank you, Eric Castillo. That's huge. Well done. All right, I am catching up on comments a little bit. No, I'm not. Mane to Salah or Ziyech to Grealish. I don't know if I want to take another -4. I think this week would be worth the -4. No. I would keep Mane. I would do Ziyech to Grealish. Ziyech is hurt. He pulled his hammy. He could be out for 1 week. He could be back next week. I haven't really read anything about him yet, but he could be out for 1 week. He could be out for 4 or 5 game weeks. You never know with a hamstring issue. And as we see with Lampard, he's not necessarily quick to bring someone back who's injured. We saw that with Pulisic. We saw that with Ziyech earlier in the season. It seems that he's a kind of manager who will let his player kind of get some time, get some minutes going forward before he gives them the full go. So I would probably drop Ziyech and bring in Grealish, because again, remember that Grealish look at these fixtures we're coming up for Grealish. He is on fire to start the season. He's got really good matches coming up, and he has 2 double game weeks coming up. So I'd probably do that. Mane is a player who Mane's playing Fulham next week. I wouldn't do a lateral move to Salah because Mane could easily outscore Salah next week, especially if it's for a -4. Personally, that's my thoughts, Jack. Will says, Will, welcome, man. Good to have you here. My camera went off. What's up, man? Hope your weekend went well. Yeah, my weekend's been good, man. My weekend's been really good. This game week so far has been great for a lot of people. Agreed, man. There's so many big names who went off this week. But of course, it's a bad week to have a bad week. So everyone who having a bad week, hopefully this stream helps cheer you up and we rally for next game week for some green arrows. But yeah, this game week's been really good for a lot of people. Especially on here, there was some, like, Moldy himself has dropped a 95-piece nugget on us. Let's see, Thomas. Welcome, Thomas. Getting rid of DCL. His fixtures don't look amazing, and Wilson, if he plays, has Fulham and West Brom in the next 3. Yeah, so my thoughts going into this game week, Thomas, were to either drop DCL or Ziyech, depending on, I was most likely going to drop DCL, but with Ziyech getting hurt, I was forced to make a move with Ziyech. I don't have enough bench depth. As you see, I would have Basuma coming on for Ziyech, and so I had to make that move to get rid of him. And so I'd have to keep DCL for at least one more week. And I agree, man, those fixtures don't look good moving forward. 3 really tough ones in a row. 4 out of his next 5 are incredibly tough. Everton don't look as great as they were at the beginning of the season. And a 62% selection overall. I think it's a great opportunity for those to drop him and to make some moves going forward with someone for like Callum Wilson. But I'm forced to take out Ziyech. And then next week I want to bring in De Bruyne. Maybe bring in De Bruyne. So it's a tough call for me. It's really tough. I don't know if I can get rid of him just yet. I'm kind of stuck in limbo with him. But I would, if I had the freedom to get rid of him, I would. Miss Sexy Diva, what's up? Welcome back. Welcome back. Got a lot of returning people in here. Also, what's up, MK? I see you're in here. Welcome, welcome. Hey, hello, howdy. If anyone who watches this community, you'll get that joke. I got 76 points and have 1 left. Quite happy. And what do you think about Wilson captain against West Brom next week? Or should I just captain Salah, KDB, or Bruno? Not sure. I think if you captain Wilson, you have incredible amount of guts that I do not have. You have a certain level of guts that only Jason Bourne or Jack Bauer or what's the guy from Die Hard? Those guys have. Personally, I mean, I can see why you would want to do it against West Brom, especially because he's on penalties. But for me, I just think if you have Salah, if you have Salah or Mane, it should be on them, and I wouldn't even worry about it. I would just leave it on them, and I would see you guys on the weekend. That's what I would do personally. But of course, I see the thought behind Wilson captaining. But for me, it's Salah all day. That's what I'm thinking right now. Moldy says, but I want KDB. What were we talking about before? Oh, you're talking about that switch, huh? Is it worth it replacing KDB for Salah for a 1 week punt? And then Moldy responded, says, that's what I'm thinking right now, but I want KDB for the games after, so I think about it more. Salah's the best captain, and he will be the most captain next week. Yeah, he's going to be the most captain, no doubt. And he deserves it too they're playing Fulham, and he's looked good today as well. Again, I think you guys heard me talk about my philosophy. I'm going to try it out and see how it goes. So I might honestly just stick with Salah, Fernandes, and Kane in the long run and just kind of move off those guys. I know Kane has tough fixtures. I need KDB. I don't know what I'm going to do. That's going to be tough, man. Because I can't not have KDB for his run of fixtures he has. But also I can't drop Harry Kane for that. I mean, of course, 13, 14 are not fun fixtures. But it's still, look at that. That's still a great run of fixtures from 15 on. So FPL be doing my head in, man. Kobe says, I'll wait until Liverpool play their Champions League game in case he gets injured or something. That I don't want to see anyone get injured at all, but if someone does get injured, obviously it makes decisions a lot easier in FPL. I totally regret kicking Son out and putting in Werner. Oh, that's tough. Because Son dropped a double dig. Werner, at least Werner came away with an assist at the very end of the match to my boy Pulisic. That is very tough, though. That is very tough, dropping Harry Kane. I got to drop my phone to mute. Shout out to the old homie. Yeah, that's tough. But, yeah. I don't know. If I had Kane or Son as I do, I don't know if I could drop him. That's just going to give me such a headache moving forward. See, all your points will be there when you join. Yeah, there you go. Sweet. Using your MK, using a wild card. Awesome. What are you? Let me see your draft. I want to see like if I was on a wild card, I would see if there was any way possible to have Salah, Bruno Fernandes, KDB, and Son in my squad, and Jack Grealish. Those would be the guys I would like do anything to have in my squad. Those main guys. Let's see. Yeah. So your points will add on next game week. You'll just be in and nothing will change. Nothing was the same, dog. Shout out Drake one time. Great album. I think Macklemore won the Grammy over him that year. Actually, he won it over Kendrick. Both are bogus. Because Kendrick not to go, but I love Kendrick. Anyway, when the bonus points come through, they just came through. They've just been refreshed. So if you have bonus points, hit refresh, hit the F5 button on your keyboard, and you're assuming you're on a laptop. And your points will come through. Moldy says, Kobe, wait and see. Just leave it till as late as possible to make your transfers. I agree. Anything right now can happen, as we saw with the Villa game being called off. I agree. If you can, if you're not going to be priced out of it, just wait till Friday or wait till Thursday. When is the deadline? I should check that out. The deadline next week is going to be. So I will be streaming again on Thursday, by the way, because there is a game on Friday. So the Friday deadline will be on Friday. The FPL deadline will be on Friday. Man, what is wrong with me right now? I need some Oreos in my life. It was in my life. But yeah. Kobe, are you watching the Barca-Juve game on Tuesday? Most likely. I don't think I'm working till later that day, and so I think I'll be able to watch it. I'm super interested though because it looks, if I'm not mistaken, they both have. Barca has first place wrapped up. Juve has second place wrapped up. If I'm not mistaken, let me fact check myself. On a side note, Barcelona have scored more points in the Champions League than they have in La Liga, and they played half as many games. I'm not upset about that at all. Yeah, it's whatever, man. It's whatever. It's cool. Cool. Let me check. So Barcelona and they both wrapped up first and second place. Juventus is 3 points behind, but I feel like they would have to score. If I'm not mistaken, would go to goal differential, and they'd have to outscore them by 7. So I don't know if Messi and Christie are going to be playing, but at the same time, I like seeing the youngins play. So, yes, I will be doing my best to watch that match. And it'll be on Telemundo too, so I'll have a chance to practice my Spanish. Blues FPL, can you look at my squad? Absolutely. Blues FPL, content creators, check them out. I think you're in the Donatel's Mini League now, right? Is it Blue? Is your name under Blues FPL? I'm assuming it is. Is it Blues FPL? Yeah, Blues FPL on YouTube. Check it out. All right, this is your squad. You got 2.7 in the bank. You got a lot of cash to throw around, man. Looking like Wolf on Wall Street. All right. But I have my money. So James Justin is definitely concerned for me. Your bench depth, you have Reece James, never mind, you're good. You have 5 playing defenders, which is incredible depth. Cancelo, obviously for me, Cancelo is a worry. I'll see if I'll worry about him. I don't want to worry about a defender because you have so much depth. You can cover Cancelo not playing. Because at this point, if I feel like if you're a defender for City, these last few games have shown that if you don't start, you're just not going to come on. So I wouldn't worry about dropping him necessarily. You could have James Justin or Lamptey come on for him, assuming you start Chilwell, Reece James, and Cancelo. Love Son, especially against Crystal Palace. I love Jack Grealish, double game weeks and good fixtures. Bruno Fernandes is dope. Jotsa does concern me because he didn't start today, but I'll wait out at least another week. DCL concerns me with the fixtures coming up. Callum Wilson, Harry Kane. So what I'm seeing here is you don't have... I mean, the biggest things that I'm seeing are you don't have Mo Salah or KDB on your squad. You have enough money that you could upgrade Son to KDB, right? Because you have 2.7, and he's like 9 point whatever it is. So you might even be able to get... You could either drop Son for Mo Salah or KDB, but the way Son's playing, especially against Crystal Palace, I don't know if I would want to drop him, even for Mo Salah, who has Fulham this week. Ooh. That is incredibly tough. 8 mil, 2.6, and can't get him. I don't know what I would do. I that's rough, man. I don't know. Does anyone have any thoughts on this? On what he should do? I mean, because again, the biggest things are that you don't have KDB or Salah, but I like Son, I like Kane, Grealish, Bruno. Jota still looks good to me for that money, in my opinion. Callum Wilson has great fixtures and a double game week, and DCL. DCL's been DCL, but he does have a tough run of fixtures. Maybe I get rid of DCL because I don't think your midfield is worth trying to. My camera. I gotta stop yelling into the mic. This is what was that? What was that freestyle show back on like 106 in Park? Was it Rap City? Yeah, they had some great freestyles. Anyway, I don't know what I would do with your squad. This one's tough. You can either try to bring in a Liverpool asset for like Cancelo maybe and go with Trent, or because you would have enough cash for that. Yeah, you'd have enough cash to upgrade Cancelo to Robbo or Trent. They're both the same price. I don't know if I would get rid of Son to bring in Salah at this point. He's still balling out. I know that sounds crazy, but maybe that's what I would do. But you could drop Calvert-Lewin. Maybe Danny Ings is back, so maybe you go with him. Maybe you go to like Bamford with DCL, and now you have $3 million in the bank. You'd have more than that, huh? Because he's 6.1, he's 7.7. You have that'd be a 1.6. You got 2.7 in the bank, so you'd have like 4.3. 4.3. Then you could then upgrade Jotsa. Yeah, you still wouldn't have enough to get De Bruyne in for that cash. Oh, I don't know what to do. I'm sorry. If anyone has better suggestions, please let them know. But I like your squad. I don't know if I would really tinker with it too much, other than again the fact that those heavy hitters are missing. But your depth is great. Thor says my midfield is KDB, Grealish, Salah, Bruno, and JWP as a sub. That's one expensive sub, but at the end of the day, you need subs right now. Having subs is not a bad thing with how many injuries and COVID are happening. That midfield is phenomenal. Grealish, KDB, Salah, and Bruno, heavy hitters there, man. Miss Sexy Diva is now at 85 points from bonus. That is huge. That is huge. Awesome. Good week, Miss Sexy Diva. 85, man. Oh, that's awesome. I want 80 points so bad. I want 70 points as bad. Eric Castillo says, I know you said no one is essential in FPL, but that boy Bruno is the closest thing to that word. Close to that word for me, my friend. United looks so poor without him on the pitch. Yeah, I think I was talking before you showed up to the stream, Eric, that I mean, we've all known how good Bruno is ever since he came into the Prem, but look at how different that game was first half to second half as soon as Bruno stepped on the pitch. The first half they were struggling to do anything, and West Ham had their number. West Ham should have had like 3 goals in that first half, in my opinion, and just been absolutely they were torching United. But a second Bruno came onto that pitch, man, it was just night and day. They started balling out. They looked good with Bruno Fernandes, and I agree. The biggest reason why I'd probably say Bruno Fernandes is the closest to essential, in my opinion, to go to your comment, is the fact that he's still only 10.9. Like everyone else, every other midfielder between Mo Salah is 12.2. De Bruyne is like 11.7, 11.6, whatever it is. And so you're saving so much cash with Bruno Fernandes, and he's balling out at that rate. I think his whole FPL career is averaging like 8 fantasy points per game, which is just unreal. Which gives you the point where you're upset with a 6-piece. He looks good. I should have had him in my squad weeks ago. My midfield next week going to be Grealish, Son, Fernandes. Grealish, Love, Son, Fernandes, De Bruyne, Salah. What do you think? I think you're in for another huge week. That midfield is incredible. I don't know what the rest of your squad looks like because you have a lot of funds tied up in those people. But that is an incredible midfield to say the least. Orion's Belt would be jealous of that midfield. That's incredible. Ziyech replacements already got Grealish. I mean, you could go Diogo Jota. I know he didn't start today, so it is still a risk with having him. But let's go to midfielders real quick at that price range. Zaha, but I wouldn't want Zaha for more than Tottenham, West Ham, Liverpool, Aston Villa, Leicester. That's too tough for me to want him. Hummus has a tough run of fixtures. Again, Jota for me. I personally, as you see right here, I brought in Jota myself for him. Mason Mount looks good, but no for me. Harvey Barnes is a no for me, dog. Shout out Randy Jackson. Randy Jackson? Yeah, that's a tough thing with him. Is unless you wanted to go like you could go with Pulisic. He's the same price. You could go with Pulisic, but for me, Pulisic is too injury prone to really warrant having, or I would be worried about him because just like him and Antonio, if they get hurt, they're going to be out for a while. Now you're forcing yourself to do another transfer, but this dude is explosive and dynamic, so I'm not against that at all. Maybe Pulisic. You said you already had Grealish, right? Yeah. I'd probably say Pulisic. I'd either go Pulisic, find ways to get money to bring in Son, or just drop down low and bring in Jota. I don't necessarily like anybody else in that price range. That's tough. Yeah, that's tough. Oof. Yeah, I don't know. That is an incredibly tough one. Incredibly tough. There's not much around that price range that I necessarily would like. Yeah. I'm sorry. I wish I could do better with suggesting, but that's tough. Bonus points came through, and I'm on 83. Dylan, and 83 is an incredible week. Congratulations. That is sweet, man. Salah for captaincy next game week. Yeah, Salah's my captain, and he ain't going to be moved. This is one of those weeks where the captaincy pick has been made for like 2 days now, and it ain't going to change unless injuries or something happen. City have great fixtures coming up. Yep. Yeah, City have incredible fixtures for a long time. Long time. The only bad thing with that is, other than KDB, I don't want anyone else. And Bruno Fernandes also has good run. And that's another tough thing, is Bruno Fernandes still has good fixtures for a while. Look at that. That ain't terrible. He has City next week, but then he has Liverpool in 19. I'm not worried about anyone else until 26 when he plays Chelsea. So Bruno still has good fixtures. Mo Salah is good, period, and he still has good fixtures till 19. Yeah. But then you have Harry Kane and Son. It's almost just going to be pick the player you want and stick with... It's rough, man. All right. Dave Bradshaw. What's up, Dave? Better to wait and actually see what Newcastle's tested positive. I agree, because you never know. Wilson might be out this week as well. No point buying Wilson and he ends up not in the squad because of it. I would, if I was looking to buy a Newcastle asset, I would wait until Friday at, I don't know what time the deadline is. Does it say the deadline time? I would wait till Friday at 10:25 in California time before I make a move. Just bust a move. Thoughts on Mane versus Fulham? Okay, I gotta catch up. Stop getting behind, Sean. Thoughts on Mane versus Fulham? Yeah. I think let me fact check it real quick. Sadio Mane, if I'm not mistaken, he has the highest non-penalty expected goal in the league. If I'm not mistaken, although Kane, that's not what I want to do. Let me go back. I think Kane might have it after today. No, because Kane only didn't have too many shots. Non-penalty expected goal. Yeah, Sadio Mane has the highest non-penalty expected goal in the league. So he's averaging, how many shots is he averaging per game? What happened to my browser? There it is. He's at 0.86 non-penalty goal or assist. He's averaging 3.5 shots per game, or 3.3 shots per game, which is the most he's had since coming to Liverpool in shots per 90. So he's getting off a ton of shots. Every week he's just this close. He was so close to getting a goal today as well. I think if I had Mane, I would be completely fine with it, and I would captain him this week, no doubt. I think dude is a baller. Sadio Mane gets disrespected so much, not disrespected, but gets forgotten about in FPL so much because he's so close in price to Salah. And so people would just say, oh, Mo Salah's been so good for so long, and he's on penalties, let's have Mo Salah. But Mane versus Fulham would be my captaincy pick, no question. No question. Kane, 14 goals and 10 versus Leicester. That is unreal. They're the most popular team for him to score. They're the most... Oh, jeez. Well, now you make me think that I'll just take that... Because I was originally thinking of getting rid of him against Liverpool to bring in KDB. But if that's the case and he's that good against Leicester, I only see one bad game week until game week 20, which is again Liverpool. I might just hold on to Harry Kane then. I might just hold on to him. Kane and Son going to gobble up bonus points. Agree. Those two are bonus points magnets. I think I heard today in commentators, they were saying that they're on pace for like the most combined goals between the two in Premier League history. I might just hold on to them I might just hold on to them. Because again, I didn't have KDB this week. I would have captained KDB if I didn't have Kane. KDB captain got 28 points. Kane got 24. So I lost 4 points essentially by having Kane instead of KDB, which is not that bad, man. Especially considering Kane is like a whole million cheaper when I bought him than De Bruyne is. My camera. So that funds allowed me to bring in Chilwell. So, yeah. Dude, Kane is so good. Who to remove for Salah, Bruno or KDB? I do not want to feel... I don't want to have any sort of pressure on me or any sort of guilt for me to answer that question. That is way too tough a question for me to feel comfortable answering. Of course I will, because I ain't no sucker. If I had to remove one, I probably... I don't know if I can answer that question. That is quite the headache. You got quite the dilemma. Shout out to Nelly one time. Great song. Salah plays Fulham, so I can't get rid of Salah this week. I just said Bruno was so close to essential just a second ago. If I had to, maybe Bruno. I don't know. I don't want to feel responsible answering that question, man. Losing to Cadiz is so bad. So bad. Let me look at it real quick. That game was one of the hardest things to watch. And all three of those goals, because it was a 2-1 goal, Cadiz won. Like, the first goal was an error by a terrible... no, that was the second goal. How did they score the first goal? What's up? I think the first goal was scored by... I think it was a fluke if I'm not... I thought it was an own goal, right? Yeah, so they scored an own goal, essentially, because it was off a header by our own defender that went into... like the foot right on the line, so it was almost like the easiest tap in you had. Shout out to Timo Werner. Then you had an own goal by Barcelona, and then a throw in that ended up to a goal. So, dude, that game was so frustrating to watch. Being a Barcelona fan is beautiful, but it's been pretty frustrating these past few years to their standards. The good Son and Kane, yeah, I wouldn't drop Son or Kane. Period. I think I said the same thing last week. Yeah, I think the right time to drop them was like 4 weeks ago if you were going to drop them. But if you didn't drop them then, don't drop them now. They look too good, dude. I haven't even talked about that goal yet. That goal was stunning, dude. If Margot Robbie was a goal, it was that. If that goal was that goal was Margot Robbie. It's tough, right? Yeah. Go for Giroud. I don't know if I would go for Giroud personally. I think there's way better options. Giroud is a good player, don't get me wrong, but FPL wise, I'm gonna go other routes. But there are way too many good players right now. The headache of not having KDB is rough for me. Son and Cancelo to Salah and either a super cheap defender or someone like Walker Peters, Dallas, or Soufal. Oh, that's a tough one. Yeah, getting rid of Son is rough, but giving you Salah gives you a captaincy option this week. But Son also is a decent captaincy shot this week as well, going against Crystal Palace. If I had to choose between those cheap defenders, between Walker Peters, Dallas, and Soufal, I might actually go Soufal. I know that might be a bit of a left field pick, but that might be my pick. I would need more time to think on that one though before I actually do it. Because someone dropped the league code. I don't think anyone has dropped it so far, so I'll do it right here. The league code is P8XY2K. Yeah, P8XY2K. There it is right there, Thor. How do I say your Carval? Is that how I say your name? I don't know how to say your name. I wish I could say it. All right. Yeah. Bruno is unstoppable. Yeah. Bruno is so good, dude. He is so good. That Pogba goal, by the way, was nasty. That was nasty. Yeah, Bruno Fernandes is phenomenal. Dylan, also again, Blues FPL is still here. Anyone who wants to check out more YouTube content creators, there's a good one right there. New to the content game, and I'm getting low on water. Do I have any water? I have one water bottle around. All right. Can you look at my squad? I'm in the new people joining your league. Lads on Toure is the name. Lads on Toure. You guys have such good names. I feel jealous that my name is just Don FPL when you guys are dropping names like that. Lads on Toure. Man, we got a lot of people joining the squad. Sweet. All right, game week 11. At 83 points. Oh, that is so good. All right. So how much money you got in the bank is my first question. You got 0.3, so not too much you could do with that, which is not a problem. All right. Your bench depth, you got Callum Wilson on the bench. So you got really good depth. Bench depth. Let's see. Soufal, I like. Chilwell, James. I had the Chelsea double up myself. McCarthy in goal, no problem. Bowen, I like. I like Bowen as a player. Not so much FPL asset, but you'll have Callum Wilson coming in for him instead. KDB, love. Son, love. Salah, love. Mahrez, really good player. I actually like him. I think he came in with a bonus point, right? He scored no goals but got a bonus point, which is crazy. Let me fact check myself. Yeah. Didn't score a goal or get an assist but got a bonus point as a midfielder. That doesn't happen very often. DCL, I heard he was unlucky to come away with nothing. I haven't seen the highlights just yet. DCL Bamford. So the first thing I would think about doing is getting rid of DCL, just because his fixtures are so tough moving forward. So maybe I would try to bring in, like, you already have two really good names. I don't know if I would want 3 cheap strikers between, because you could bring in like Shea Adams or Ollie Watkins off the top of my head, but I don't know if I'd be willing. I would still prefer DCL over those two, in my opinion. I like your squad, dude. I might roll a transfer. Because like if I were looking at that, I'd probably cap Mo Salah myself. KDB is still phenomenal. Not drop in. Son, not drop in. Son is actually a good shout for captaincy pick this week. I think your team's so solid. I don't know if I would mess with it. There's not much better at that price range than Mahrez. Of course, it's a rotation risk, but you have enough bench depth to warrant having him. Maybe you could try to upgrade Mitchell. Maybe bring in Klein, because I think Klein started today. I just like your squad, period. I don't know if there's anything I would do. I don't know. I don't know if I would make any moves, man. I think that's a really solid squad. I would keep that, personally. Incredible week and incredible squad. Made my 66 look bad. Miss Sexy Diva, because I went all out in midfield. I have Wilson and Bamford up front, and Chilwell, Gabriel versus Burnley and Walker Peters. I'm jealous of your squad. I'm sitting Indian style now. I'm jealous of your squad. That looks incredible. I am very jealous of that. Wilson and Bamford are more than enough to have up top. They are both really good assets. You still have some really good assets defensively. You're in for another huge week next week, Miss Sexy Diva. Well done. Mr. Tripwire, what's up? But yeah, going back to Miss Sexy Diva, yeah, I think you're fine. Mr. Tripwire, yeah. Big Donatello, yeah. You know what's funny is Donatello's not my least favorite. Is it my least favorite Ninja Turtle? Michelangelo is for sure my favorite. Anyway, when we getting our Call of Duty game in, man? And are you going to let me have the Tripwire, or am I going to have to be like a scout or something? Let's see. What's popping over in the States? Well, we are in lockdown number 3 right now, so I have a lot of time to catch up on. It's not like I was doing anything anyway, on streams and movies and stuff. But yeah, life's good over here, man. Life's good, dude. Ain't no complaints over on my end. Had a good week in fantasy. Starting school in a month, so life's good. I'm flying to your neck of the woods. Oh, on the 18th, literally one night in LA before we head down to San Diego. But we'll cool to jump on your streams. Sick, man. Instead of the other side of the world, yeah. What brings you to California? If we weren't in lockdown and if COVID wasn't a thing, I would say we should try to get an FPL meetup here in California. If there are any people here in California who want to do an FPL meetup at like a bar when COVID's ending, I would be more than down to do that. Anyway, one night in LA, head down to San Diego. I love San Diego, man. So I'm pretty much right in between both of them. San Diego's so beautiful, man. Make sure you go to La Jolla's a great beach. I think I don't know what you'll be doing. It's hard with COVID. I don't know what you're gonna be able to do, but normally I'll give some good recommendations on what to do, but everything be closed. COVID be going around like crazy. Also be safe, because Los Angeles is a hot spot right now for COVID, man. Stay safe. Anyway, glad you're on the stream, man. Always glad to have you. Anyway, James, anyone know if Veltman is nailed on for Brightman? I have no idea. Hopefully someone else can. Patrick, nice week, Don. Thank you so much, Patrick. You have 74 with 3 left. And you captained Werner, which was a mistake. Should have captained Zaha or even Salah. Still good, though. 74, and you didn't even get I mean, my camera. That was a terrible Arnold impression. A 74 is huge with 3 still to go. You could have an 80-plus point performance. That's a nice green arrow no matter what your ranking is. You could be ranked 10th overall and probably still get a green arrow. Huge week. That is incredible, Patrick. Yeah, I would have captained Zaha. I know it's always hindsight looking back, but in no world I would have captained Zaha over Salah or Werner. But yeah, I would have been pumped that he came away with that last second assist. All right, Thor says, my first 4 game weeks were so bad. This is my first time playing FPL. Learning curves, right? My first 4 game weeks, because this is my sophomore season in FPL. So last year, my first 4 game weeks was just, even this year, I made a lot of mistakes. I'm still trying to figure it out. But my first 4 game weeks were riddled with so many mistakes. I didn't know how points were scored. I had so many players that weren't even playing on my squad. I took like -8 hits after -8 hits last season. So at the end of the day, it's all about learning and improving, whether it's FPL or life, right? And it looks like right now your squad is good, so you're learning incredibly quick, faster than I am. Teach me some tips. I don't know how to say that name. JXLLXND. Anyone know what's happening with Newcastle? Want to bring in Callum Wilson out? I don't know whether the West Brom will be called off. Eric Castillo said it earlier in the stream. They're doing everything they can to, this is according to Eric Castillo, they're doing everything they can to have that game going, but it's going to all be coming down to what the medical professionals say. So it's going to have to be a wait and see to bring him in or not. Should I get Zaha? I would not. His schedule is too tough moving forward. He's been balling out to start the season, and that water is incredibly cold. I got way more ice than I should have gotten. I would not bring in Zaha personally. I think there's still, Jack Grealish is still a better option, or, there's not much around that price now because James Rodriguez has got a tough run too. I wouldn't get him in personally. 50-50 at the moment. If Newcastle West Brom happens, thank you, James. You say James reckon Bamford is a better pick then for the moment. It all depends on what Newcastle says. I still have Bamford. I still think he's phenomenal. I've decided. DZ-ish says I've decided to get rid of DCL to free up some funds, so that my midfield would be KDB, Salah, Bruno, and Grealish. Such a beautiful midfield. I want KDB so bad. It hurts because I've had him since game week 1. I refuse to get rid of Kane. So you're going to have KDB, Salah, Bruno. Oh, you're going to have all the big hitters. Good grief. Save some for the rest of us. I agree with that. Yeah, it definitely hurts getting rid of DCL if you got him since game week 1. But I understand the move. The crazy thing, too, is it's so hard because you want to say his fixtures are tough moving forward. And he doesn't get much bonus points, but he's only blinked twice this whole season. Against Leeds and Southampton. He scored against Liverpool. He scored against Tottenham. He scored against United, or he got an assist against United. So he's faced 3 tough teams, and he returned against every single one of them. So it is tough to get rid of him, man. But if you're bringing in those heavy hitters, man, no problem with that. Kobe says, do you think Ball went out of play with the Pogba goal? I was hoping not because it was a Bruno. It ended up being a Bruno assist, right? If I had to guess, Kobe, I would say that it had some wicked curve on it. It had some wicked curve. The way you hit that ball, the way he kicked that ball, you're gonna put a lot of spin on that thing, and it only landed a couple yards inside. So if I had to guess, I would say it did, but there's no way you're ever gonna prove that. And the ball has to go fully out of bounds, so you have no idea, man. Oh, I did pronounce it right. Sweet. Carvalho, awesome. All right, rate this midfield. Wilbur says, rate this midfield. Salah, Son. I didn't miss a comment, right? All right, cool. Rate this midfield. Salah, Son, Bruno, KDB, and Grealish. Then Bamford and Adams up top. I rate that a 9.5 out of 10. The only reason why I won't give it a 10 is because I'm not the biggest Shea Adams fan. I think he's a good player. I think he's a good FPL asset, but he's not a 10 out of 10 kind of FPL guy. But having Salah, Son, Bruno, and KDB is essentially, if you break even Grealish, that's going to give you, I would say that would probably give you about, over the next few weeks, 7 times 5, that'll probably give you about 42 points a week between the 5 of them. They'll probably each get like 6-7 points a game. Unreal. 9.5 out of 10. Can you check my squad? 10s out of 10s are reserved for arenas. Can you check my squad if you want Palmview United? Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Yes, person. Let's see. Palmview. Let's see. Palmview United. What's up, Travis? 72 points on a free hit. So I'm going to have to go back to your week before to see what your squad looks like. I'll check out your squad right now. See what 72 points on a free hit. Well done. Who'd you captain? De Bruyne? Yeah. well done picking that squad. You'll have you'll have Walker Peters coming in for Kyle Walker, so you'll have more than 72, and you got McCarthy still to go. Well done on the free hit. All right, so going to your squad. Last week you played your wild card, and you had Schmeichel in goal. I like Lewis, not the biggest fan, but it is what it is. Robbo, I'm a big fan of Robbo. Better Call Tyrone. Shout out Eric. Is it Erykah Badu? I think it's Erykah Badu. Shout out Erykah Badu. Great song. De Bruyne, love. Phil Foden, a bit iffy for me. Jotsa, again, iffy for me. I don't know if he's going to play week in and week out. Bruno Fernandes, love. Bamford, love. Calvert-Lewin, I like a lot. Jamie Vardy. So this is your squad moving forward. You have Cancelo on the bench. Carter Vickers. Again, I think I was I going through your squad last time? Carter Vickers, man. Shout out USA. Nothing in the bank. I still like Neto. If I had to make a move with the squad, I'd probably try to get rid of Foden. I don't know what I would do with him. I don't know if I would try to get a player in that could play or just have Neto come in. I'm not the biggest... Or I would try to maybe move Cancelo out and bring in Reece James for Cancelo. Maybe I'd do that. But my biggest worries with your squad, I would try to get rid of Jamie Vardy, but I don't think that's an issue for you right now. I would try to get rid of Foden. I would try to get rid of Cancelo. Those would be the first two. I would keep an eye out for Diogo Jota in the future. But, yeah, those would be my suggestions. Looking at your squad. I would definitely keep Jota for this next game week, no question. But, yeah, those would be my biggest concerns. Other than that, I think you have a good squad, man. I think you have a good squad. If you have Bruno Fernandes and KDB in your squad, I'm giving it 2 thumbs up. I think it's good. You played them free hit by accident? Oh, that is crushing. That sucks, but I mean, I know you played it by accident, but at the end of the day, you took advantage of it. You did a really good job getting 70+ points on a free hit, so well done. I mean, that is rough. I think if Daft is still here, Daft made the same mistake. He was trying to look at who to bring in, and he accidentally hit confirm transfers, and he accidentally brought in Sebastian Haller a few weeks ago. But yeah, if I were you, I would definitely look to move out from Cancelo just because he's not playing week in and week out, and Phil Foden, my first 2 options. All right. Everyone liked the stream. Yeah, thank you, Miss Sexy Diva. If you would like to, that would be beautiful. I would definitely appreciate that. James, Werner of Wall Street. Now you got me speaking German. Just joined your league. Got 2 free transfers. What do I think? Swoop. Whoop. D-scoop. Scoop ski potatoes. Shout out Impractical Jokers one time. You just joined, so you'll be Wolf of Wall Street or Werner of Wall Street. I'm going to game week 11. You got 2 free transfers. How much money you got in the bank? Could have checked that before. You got 0.4 in the bank. Whoa, I'm throwing the screen around way too off. All right. Whew. Settle down. We back. Did I look at the squad earlier? Anyway, I'll do it again. Anyway. Kane, Son, staying. Salah, staying. Bruno Fernandes, staying. Bamford, staying. Grealish, staying. DCL is a question mark. Chilwell, staying. Walker Peters, staying. Meslier, staying. Taylor, maybe. Jamal Lewis, maybe Justin. I'll keep an eye on, but for now, he's staying. So, with that money in the bank, I think your squad's so deep. I don't know if I would touch it. Oh, you have 2 free transfers. You could do something. That is tough. I'd probably drop Jamal Lewis to a 3.9 defender just so I could free up some more funds I could float around later on, and save a transfer for next week. Because looking at your squad, I don't know if I would make any moves. I like Chilwell a lot. This is his first blank he's had all season. James Justin is on his way out, but not just yet because Pereira did get hurt with his groin again, and Castagna is still not back, so James Justin is fine. He's got a tough run of fixtures, though, so maybe... Oh, he's got Brighton next week, so I'd hold on to him for now. Walker Peters is fine. Mo Salah is a beast. Son is a beast and has a good fixture this week. My camera went off. Jack Grealish, double game weeks and good fixtures and a beast. Bruno, dope. Kane, incredible. Bamford gets a ton of opportunities as I squeak there and has a good run of fixtures for a while. So yeah, looking at your squad, James Justin is on my radar, but I'm keeping him. DCL, I could look to move on from him, but there's nobody I would necessarily want instead of him. so I'd probably hold on to him for a little while. I'd probably just drop Jamal Lewis down, and that would free up and give you about 1 mil in the bank. 1 mil in the bank. So next week you can maybe, I don't know, if you would like to bring in KDB, you could swap out Bruno. I wouldn't, but you could. It would give you enough funds to upgrade James Justin when he stops playing and bring in like a Reece James or a DS, something like that. So that's what I would do. Hopefully that helps. At the end of the day, I think your team is phenomenal. Mr. Tripwire, I can have Trapmaster. Oh, sweet. It'd be a pleasure to get a game. I would love to get a game, man. Got a new YouTube video dropping tomorrow. Did Melee in one on Battle Melee only in one. Also, if you're in a Call of Duty Mobile, Mr. Tripwire YT is right here. He has 1,000+ subscribers on YouTube, and he's new, so he's doing something right. Yeah, check him out. Call of Duty Mobile YouTube content creator right there. But yeah, I would love, and he has a video dropping tomorrow if you want. I saw a video. Yeah, we got to get a game in, man. I would love to. Your sister lives in LA? Oh, sick, man. That's awesome. So you're gonna go visit her? I'm assuming. Visit her for early Christmas, holidays, whatever it may be. LA is awesome. I love LA, man. Love LA. Vamos los Lakers. I love Los Angeles. Big fan. But I also like being a little out of Los Angeles, so I can go in there when I want, but also not have the traffic every day. Get De Bruyne. Yeah, KDB is. I'm most likely going to bring in KDB in Gameweek 13. That's most likely going to be my move, unless somebody gets hurt. Like if Kane, Fernandez, or Salah gets hurt, then it makes my decision very easy to bring him in. But for now, it'll be Gameweek 13 after he plays United. Pereira for Leicester. Could do so. I personally don't want any Leicester assets right now. I'm perfectly fine without having any. They have a tough schedule coming up. They do have Brighton next week, so that's a good one. But Pereira. Ricardo Pereira is coming back, but until I'm able to see what he's like with his after recovering from his ACL injury, I know he's young, so he'll probably still be fine and be. I'm assuming he'll be the player he was when he left. But I would still like to see that before I bring him in, because I still like Chilwell a lot. Mr. Tripwire YT. Oh, my wife's from San Diego. Oh, sick. I go once a year. Don't think we can do anything this year other than order lots of real Mexican food for real. In-N-Out and Cheesecake Factory. Cheesecake Factory expensive though, bro. Oh man, Cheesecake Factory way too expensive. I took a date to Cheesecake Factory one time. Isn't that a Drake or French Montana lyric? Something like that. I took a date to Cheesecake Factory 2 times in my life. 2 times. Both times I spent about $40-$50 on her, and both times I didn't get a second date, and yeah. So I'm never taking a girl to Cheesecake Factory again. Maybe that's why I hate Cheesecake Factory. No, yeah, some real Mexican food, man, in San Diego. Oh, now I'm just hungry. I love Mexican food, dude. That's sweet. Did Utah 2 Christmases ago. Live in London. I'm slowly completing the Life of the Dawn tour. You've hit every city that I've been in, that I've lived in, pretty much. L.A., San Diego. I've never lived in San Diego, but that's my future destination, most likely. You live in London. I lived in London. You went to Utah. I lived in Utah for 2-3 years, however long I went to school there. Yeah, sick, man. What'd you think of Utah? Obviously, San Diego is my favorite place in the world. Period. Sitting on 80 with 2 to play tomorrow. Ronan, great name. Sitting on 80 with 2 to play tomorrow. Captain KDB, have Son and Salah. You're in for a huge week. Great call on the captaincy pick. I know it's probably an easy one with KDB, but you still made it, and you have 80 points. That is incredible. Shout out to you. That is a great week. Is it worth getting rid of Salah for KDB for a 1-week punt? Not this week. Salah has Fulham. The odds are in his favor. KDB has United. I would rather have Salah for this 1 week. Unless that's what you're saying. Then it might be, yeah. The ball did go out of play. It was for sure later confirmed. Whoa. Dang. So I guess it was out then. Jeez. Let's see. That's the first time I've ever seen that happen, by the way, with VAR. Where are we at? Luckily, they don't have the equipment to disallow it. Thank goodness. I would have been... I was on the edge of my seat the whole time, hoping that ball didn't go out of play. Every time VAR comes on, you have someone who scores, you just start getting scared, man. Bamford or Adams? I would rather have Bamford than Adams personally. Hey Don and all, welcome Henning, welcome. Glad to have you on the stream. Hopefully this is an enjoyable one. I have a little more energy, I feel like, than usual. So hopefully that lasts, and hopefully it makes for a better stream. I'm running out of water, so I got to refill my water bottle. Let's see. Thought on Stones. I wouldn't get them. Personally. Fill up my water like a bartender. I don't know why. Yeah. I want to get him in FPL. I think he's a good player. Wilbur, thank you so much for joining, man. Thank you so much for joining. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah. Hope everything is good in Norway. Henning. Yes. I learned some Norwegian this week. My dad taught me how to say a Norwegian phrase. I forgot. I guess I don't remember it. Would have been a good time. Anyway. Finley says, in week's time, should I do Vardy and Hamas to Bamford and Bruno? I would do that. No. I think that's I would do that as soon as possible. I mean, you could obviously wait. I don't think getting in Bruno this week is necessarily the essential thing to do. Who does Bamford play? Bamford plays... I don't even care who Bamford plays. He's starting. He's playing West Ham, so you never know. But yeah, I think that's a good move. Maybe keep Vardy for one more week while he plays Brighton. But I think that is I really like that move, Finley. No worries, James. No worries. Dylan, that means a lot, man. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. If that's Dylan Sarkeesian, then is that no Dylan? Remember how I always talk about my buddy is on the stream? I gotta see if that's really a squad. Let me go to a squad real quick. Dylan, Martinez, Zuma. Oh, it's not you. Dang it! I was hoping it was you. Anyway, Dylan, what's up, man? I appreciate that, man. That means a lot. Seriously, yeah, it means a lot. Mr. Tripwire says, my dude had 2 games, 16 kills, and 18. Melee only solo. Whoa, melee only? Yeah. That is impressive. That is impressive. I think, yeah. I don't know what my record is on that. I haven't played it in a long time. I was gonna download it so we could play this weekend. But yeah, we gotta play. I want to play again. That's incredible. I will not be meleeing myself. I haven't played in months, so I'll definitely be rusty. I'll have the... is the AK-117 still the best gun in Call of Duty Mobile? Or still up there on the guns? I try not to snipe too much in that game, but... I Leroy Jenkins it a lot. And I'm actually catching up on comments. This is phenomenal. I finally did it. An hour and a half later, I'm catching up on comments. Whew. Wow, nice then, yeah. Kobe says, just checked out your channel. Quality content, just subbed. Ooh, we got a subscriber for you, Mr. Tripwire YT. That's sweet. He does put good stuff out, man. This is the first year I'm umpteen. I haven't visited. The first year. Oh, an umpteen. Yeah, okay, that's a quote. That's a phrase, isn't it? The first year in umpteen, I haven't visited LA. I'm not gonna risk flying during the pandemic. Yeah, especially in LA, dude. I work in LA, and it is, dude. I think it's like 1 in like 200 people have COVID right now. Something wild like that. It might be even more because the Thanksgiving's coming around. But yeah, LA it's very yeah. I understand you not wanting to go to LA right now. My team is Martinez, Zuma, Vestergaard, Chilwell, Kilman, Dallas, Grealish, Fernandez. Oh, lost comments. Grealish, Fernandez, KDB, Salah, Susek, Adams, DCL, Bamford. I love that squad. I love the fact that you have Fernandez, KDB, and Salah. I noticed you don't have any Spurs attackers in your squad, which is fine. Again, it's your strategy. It's your squad. You got to stick with your strategy and do what you think is best for you, right? I like Martinez. I mean, Zuma's the highest scoring defender in the Prem or in the FPL. Vestergaard gets goals from time to time. Southampton's defense is quality every now and then, like week in and week out. Chilwell, obviously I love Chilwell. He's only played once a season. Dallas is good. He's a good player to come off the bench. Grealish is dope. Fernandez dope. KDB dope. Solid dope. Susek, Adams is good. Doesn't always have his finishing boots on, but he still is a good player. My camera went off. So, quick thoughts is I would probably I would look to maybe move on from it if I can get creative, but I wouldn't force a move out from DCL. I think he's still a good Good player. Now that I look at, he scored against United, he scored against Liverpool, and he scored against he scored against Tottenham, scored against Liverpool, and got an assist against United. I know Digne is out, and that does hurt, but I still like TCL, so I wouldn't be pressed to move on from him unless you have a creative way around him. But I like Dylan. You have a great squad. Great squad. Thor says, so what team do I support in the Prem? I do not have a team in the Prem. I support Tottenham women's side. Shout out to Alex Morgan, and I support Tottenham or Manchester United women's side because Christian Press and Tobin Heath are there, so I support Americans. You know what I mean? But I don't necessarily support any side. I talked about this in stream, so I won't get too much into it. But I'm waiting on. Because I don't want to fall in love. How do I say this? Like, I love Rihanna, but if I was to meet her in person, I would love Rihanna. You know what I mean? So I want to wait until I can go to a game and go to the city and experience the atmosphere in the city. Go to like some pubs during the game and see what the feel is there. I want to go to the tailgating there. I want to see what the atmosphere in the stadium is, what it's like to be a fan in the crowd. I want to fall in love with the city. I want to fall in love with the club. I don't want to fall. It's hard to do that watching from a television. You know what I mean? And so I'm gonna wait until I'm able to go to a game and experience that and experience the city vibes there before I truly support a squad. The teams on the top of my list would probably be London sides because I was trying to actually come up with a list of the first teams I'm gonna visit when COVID ends and school ends. I can be able to when I'm able to go visit England. I'm stuttering. Chelsea would be at the top of my list. I wouldn't want to visit Arsenal because again, another London side. I want to go up north and see what it's like to support like United and Liverpool. I really want to go to Anfield and see what that's like. But I have no Premier League side, and I really wish I did. I'm ready for commitment. It's time for me to settle down, and maybe one day I'll be ready for that long-term commitment. But I do feel I'm ready. But I just want to go and see what the city's like and fall in love with the city and the squad and the atmosphere in the stadium. 55 is average. Jeez, that's a huge average. MK, I have 62 points. Above the average. There you go. 60 points. That's huge. Great week, MK. Ings isn't playing next week. Is playing the week after, but I put Shea Adams. I haven't heard any update on Ings. I'll have to look it up after this. I'll take your word for right now. But Ings coming back has definitely caught my eye. Next week, I'll do DCL to Wilson or Ings. DCL to Ings sounds good. I mean, Wilson does have a double game week coming up and 3 or 4 really good fixtures. So, I'd have to look into that one, but I really like that move. Cheers for that. Nearly done this week. MK, Wilson and Bamford. 2 really good budget strikers. There's a lot of good budget strikers out there. Really good. I got to jump off. Thank you so much for joining Mr. Tripwire YT Full Hunted. I got to jump off now because I got work in the morning. But we'll hit you up on Insta, FPL Don. Yes, sir. Much love, my bro. Hey, appreciate that. Appreciate you showing up for the chat. Appreciate everyone who's showing up for the chat. I just love doing this, man. It's a lot of fun having a conversation, FPL conversation with you guys, even if we do turn it into hip-hop and Rihanna from time to time. Thank you, everyone, for showing up. Take care. DZish, I'm female, by the way. I know I say man a lot. I think I call you man a lot, right? I call everyone a man. I get in trouble with the women I talk to as well. I think there was one woman that I was talking to for quite some time, and like man's just like it's the slang here in Southern California where it's like a bro. It's like saying dude, stuff like that. And she hated me for it, man. She always hated when I said that. I'll do my best to not do so with you, DZ-ish. Welcome to the squad. This squad welcomes everybody, anybody and everybody. This squad, this channel welcomes anybody and everybody. Glad to have you here. Finley says I would have 7.5 mil for a striker. Who should I get? I already have DCL and Antonio. Antonio is hurt, so I'd probably look to move on from Antonio. I haven't read how bad it is yet, but I would definitely be something I have an eye out for. 7.5 mil, maybe I would drop down to Bamford and cash that 1.5 mil to spread somewhere else in your squad. I don't know if there's anyone at that range I would necessarily like. I'll give it a quick gander, but let's see. Go to price, forwards, at 7.5. Yeah, Abraham's not playing. enough. Vinicius, nope. Giroud, nope. So you're going to save money. You're going to save money. So it's either you have Wilson, right, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, Wilson would be on the top of my list. And see what they say about Antonio. Unknown return. Wilson would be on the top of my list, and so would Bamford if I were you. Those are the two people I'll look at the most. Of course, Ollie Watkins is still a good shout. Of course, Shea Adams is still a good shout. But for me, those would be the two I look at. And there you go. Kobe, what's your team? MK says Adams, Bamford, and Wilson are super cheap, and it saves me a lot for my midfield. Absolutely. They're super cheap, and they are balling out this season, man. These cheap strikers are really allowing you to keep up all three of these guys. Normally, or not normally, I feel like last season, other than Danny Ings, if you wanted a good striker, you would have to pay 7, 8 mil, something like that. And luckily, we have some good players at some cheaper prices, man, that can allow us to bring in more than one heavy hitter. What do I think for Jotsa? I would keep Jotsa for one more week, personally. I just brought him in, so I'm a bit biased. But he does play Fulham. I'll keep him in for one more week just to see how he see if he can play next week. But if I was to move on from him, there's nobody at that price I necessarily like. You go Ross Barkley. You could drop down to a Wolves midfielder like Nato or Podence. You could. I don't know if you could get Grealish with that kind of funds. Maybe I would try to save a transfer and bring in Wilson as a striker for that kind of dough. But I don't know. That's tough. I'll keep him for one more week personally. There's a mosquito in here. Please don't bite me. I want you to live, but don't bite me. All right. Chelsea. Yeah, Chelsea's awesome, man. Chelsea's on the top of my Chelsea is on the top of my to-go list when things open up again. Oh, you got two people checking out your channel, Mr. Tripwire. Sweet. Anyone here who has a small business they're just starting, or a YouTube content creator or something like that, please let me know and I'll give you a shout out. You might put Jotsa for Ward-Prowse. I like that move. I mean, Ward-Prowse is dope and he's been balling out lately, but Jotsa has Fulham, and if he plays more than 45 minutes, he could easily come away with a goal. My transfer plan this week, I already made it. Brought to you by Modelo. I wish I wouldn't have done it, but it is what it is. It was something I was planning, so it's not necessarily knee-jerk, and I'm not too upset with it. But moral of the story is, on Friday and Saturday night, I just have to just get rid of my phone and not see it all night. So I brought in Diogo Jota. He's playing Fulham, so I still even if he doesn't play 90 minutes, I still like him. I'm not sure if he's going to play in Champions League this week because they already have it wrapped up, so he might come in and play, so that would worry me. But I brought in Diogo Jota for Fulham. My plan after that is to swap him out for De Bruyne and take out Kane, most likely. Swap out Kane and bring in KDB for Jota. And then reverse that move in 3 weeks. I don't know. And right now I have 2.1 mil in the bank. So I could bring Jota to like a £9 million midfielder, but there's no one there at that price. I could upgrade Calvert-Lewin to Danny Ings. I could bring in I could upgrade Basuma, so it'll help out my bench depth. I could upgrade Chilwell to Trent Alexander-Arnold, but most likely, I don't know. That was my move I made this week. It was something I've been planning for a couple weeks, so it's kind of going along my plan, but I just don't know if I'm going to drop. I don't know if I'm going to drop Kane for KDB now. I don't know, man. All right. KWP, Chilwell, Reece James. I thought you were reading my team. KWP, Chilwell. I don't have KWP. Why was I thinking about that? KWP, Chilwell, Reece James. KWP, you already said that one. Grealish, Bruno, KDB, Jota, DCL, Kane, Adams. Benches, John Stone, Sufal, Target, Ward-Prowse. What a dope squad, man. What a dope squad. Moldy says Ziyech price is going to drop tonight. So many taking him out of their side. That was the biggest thing that worried me last night was I thought I had an extra day to drop him, and he was already at like negative 90. Let me go check it out real quick. My camera went off. So price risers right now are going to be Jota, Salah, Wilson. People are picking up Wilson. We're still not sure if he's going to play. Ward-Prowse. So if you're going to drop Ward-Prowse, wait one more day at least. He's going up in price tonight. KDB is going up. Dyer is going up. There are a couple else that are pretty close. And then Ziyech is dropping. Hamas is... Well, you never know with Hamas, man. Those are the big names that are dropping. Yeah, people already be dropping them, man. All right. Yeah, you say dude. I say dude all the time. It does get me in trouble. My mom hates me for it because I'll call my mom dude or I'll call my mom bro or something like that, and she'll always be like, "I'm not your dude." So I really need to work on my slang, man. See, there you go. I said it again. I say it all the time. It's just I guess it's just the culture here in Southern California is saying dude, bro, man. I don't know if there's another word. What word could I use to replace that so I could use something else? I don't know. I'll figure something out. I go back to the South London days and start using bruv again. Oh man. That's not English. I don't know how to read that. Can I translate that on YouTube? I don't know how to translate that. Can anyone read what Mr. Tripwire said at 3:19? I don't know what it says. Amen für tusen tak. Laka bro. Yeah, I don't know what language that is. I wish I could read it. All right, Moldy says Wilson price could drop. Yep. Price could rise. We don't know. Yeah, crazy. Don Zaha. I wish I could read it, man. Kobe, what's KWP? What's KWP? Love that James pick. Okay, thank you. No worries, Finley. No worries. Man, you guys are really... Wait, is that Danish you guys are speaking back and forth? Oh, man. I wish I could read. I wish I could read another language. I wish I could speak another language. I'm trying so hard in Spanish, I just can't figure it out. Well, I can't figure it out. It just takes a long time because I don't have anyone to speak Spanish to right now. Now that we're in lockdown and COVID's hitting. In your opinion, who is currently the best, let's say, under 8 million midfielder except Grealish? Zaha is good, but his fixtures are so tough. And Jotsa, after Fulham, I guess it's not worth the risk to be in my first squad. Completely agree with Jotsa, completely agree with Grealish, and completely agree with Zaha. I don't know. I was kind of just looking at... When I was answering someone else's question, I was kind of looking at midfielders around that price. And I don't know. I mean, I love Pulisic, but he's not healthy enough for me to warrant having him all the time. I think Pogba's a good player, but we all know about Pogba in United right now. Jeez. Greenwood's just not playing enough right now with Cavani, Martial, and Rashford there. I like Maddison as a player, but he hasn't had it going this year. Wait, how did he do today? I didn't even see how he did today. Did he play today? He came away with an assist. So Maddison came away with an assist. Dude, I don't know, man. It's almost at the point Harvey Barnes just is too inconsistent for me. Mason Mount's a good player, but I don't know if I'd want him in FPL. Torres is good, but again, Pep Roulette. It's almost to the point where unless you're getting Son or if you already have Grealish, if you're getting Son at like 9.5, then it starts becoming worth it. Or you're going to have to wait all the way down till like 6.3 where Bowen comes into play. Because I like Bowen. Daniel James doesn't play. Ward-Prowse is good on set pieces. Ross Barkley is hurt, but so even then it would be 5.9. I don't know, deep production. I wish that's incredibly tough. It's almost to the point where I'd rather just go like super down and go like Ross Barkley and save up funds to get one of those big hitters in Salah, Bruno, KDB. It's the same thing with strikers too. Strikers, if you already have DCL and you're not getting I don't know, Jamie Vardy probably the best one. Outside of that, the best one, the next best player at a high would be Wilson at 6.5. That's tough. That's tough. Eric Castillo, any Chelsea attackers in your thoughts outside of Ziyech due to hamstring injury? The eye test and stats look promising for Chelsea. Let me answer this carefully. No, because I have Chilwell and James. That's the only reason why. So as far as Chelsea assets go, I think their best assets are with Ben Chilwell and Reece James. I think they're for their price and the amount of clean sheets that they're able to get and how far forward both those two get. I think they're the best options on Chelsea, in my opinion. After that, I think Timo Werner is great, but at 9.3, 9.5, whatever he is now, I don't know if he is necessarily on my radar. I don't know if I would get him at 9.5, but he's good. Ziyech is hurt. Kai Havertz doesn't do enough for me FPL-wise. Maybe I would probably say no. Check that. Pulisic would be the only, not the only attacker. Yeah, Pulisic might be the only attacker for Chelsea that I'd have a serious eye out on. Just because, again, Timo Werner is too expensive. I'd rather have Son than Timo Werner. I know they're different positions, but for that price, I'd rather have like a Son or upgrade to Kane, something like that. Werner would probably be the second attacker I'll look at. But for me, the number one attacker would be Christian Pulisic. But he is hurt too much for me to really have. He looks, whenever he plays though, Eric, you know just as well as I do, that when he plays, he looks so good. Of course, I'm going to have an eye on him, but I don't want triple Chelsea. But yeah, probably Pulisic would be the first one on my list. Pulisic on my watch list now. Yeah, I agree. Since Ziyech is scored and is injured, won't be playing. Yeah, so if Pulisic comes in next week and he is balling out and looks incredible, I might scrap that KDB idea and bring in Pulisic for Diogo Jota instead. I know it sounds crazy saying, oh, you'd rather have Pulisic than KDB. No, I'd rather have Kane and Pulisic than KDB and Wilson. You know what I mean? If that makes sense. So Pulisic is definitely on my radar. It's just for me it's just his injury that scares me. But for his price, dude's a baller, man. What's the eye test? The eye test is pretty much what you see on film, what you see when you watch it. Deep production. You could use girl for everyone instead of dude. I could try that. I could try that, girl. It doesn't really ring off the bell. The crazy thing for me is when I say dude, I see it as just there's no gender when I say dude. Dude applies to everybody. But of course that's just me and it doesn't work that's not the same outside of Southern California region, right? I could use girl. Let me think. I'll see if I can plug it in for the rest of in my next 5 or 10 minutes and see if it works. Pulisic maybe after, but he's still, yeah, I agree. Yes, Norwegian and Danish. Okay. Shout out Avelskivers one time. I really want some Avelskivers. Now that we're talking about Danish, there's a Danish city in California. I don't know if you've heard of it. It's called Solvang. It's a place I used to love to go to as a kid, but it's up by like Santa Barbara area. So it's like 2 hours north of me, something like that, 2.5, 3, whatever it is. But yeah, dude, whenever we'd go there, it's like a Danish town is what they call it. I've never been to Denmark, so I couldn't tell you if it's real or not, or if it's like spot on. But man, Avelskivers go hard. Norwegian via Google Translate, nice. Was just responding. Oh man, we mentioned Denmark, yeah. I actually hear, on a side note, I hear Denmark has like the highest happiness rating out of any country in the world, something like that. Grealish or Jota? Grealish. Jackie G. I'd definitely go for Grealish. Floyd Mayweather versus Logan Paul just announced. Floyd is such a businessman. Easy money for him. All the kids are going to think Logan Paul can knock out Floyd just like they thought so with Conor McGregor. I never thought I would see the day that Logan Paul would actually be fighting Floyd Mayweather. What a time. I'm not the biggest Logan Paul fan, as you could tell with my reaction. Floyd Mayweather is one of the greatest boxers I've ever seen in my lifetime. But yeah, I won't be watching that. So glad you got my personal IG too. Yeah. I actually saw, now that I think about that, didn't you post a video of you attacking someone with an axe on Call of Duty? When someone was getting a crate today? Or yesterday, something like that? Anyway, you can fact check my crazy story destination. Shout out to Utah picks. Yeah, shout out Utah one time, man. I love Utah. There's some gorgeous scenery there. What the heck? No way that's real. Where's Moldy at? Yeah, yeah. That's crazy. I don't know. Is that a real thing? I mean, Floyd Mayweather is an incredible businessman. Whoop, my camera. That dude has made so much money. At this point, I should be able to play Zuma as a striker. Four Premier League goals. I'm surprised he keeps scoring. He hasn't scored this much in his life, is it? But that dude is such a threat on corners. Such a threat on corners. And he has so many good... Mason Mount, great delivery. Reece James, great delivery if he takes corners. Ziyech, when he takes corners, has great delivery. So, yeah, Zuma's good, man. Remember to like the stream. Yeah, if you want to again like the stream, that would be beautiful. That would mean a lot, man. I don't know if it guarantees me 100 plus points, but I'll let it'll guarantee a couple Rihanna references from time to time, and it will help bring in more people so we can have a broader conversation about FPL and whatnot. Let's see. Appreciate that, man. I appreciate that comment. Keep it real. Keep it 100. February 20th, BT Sports just announced it. That's crazy. That is crazy. Floyd Mayweather and Pacquiao couldn't get the fight going for like 6-7 years, and now here we are. Wow. That's going to be a publicity move, absolutely. Logan's going to assist on headgear in like 3 rounds. No way he's going to go to that ring otherwise. The crazy thing is, though, I don't know if Logan would get punched that much, because Floyd Mayweather, well, he's still a professional boxer, so he's still better than everybody. But is Floyd Mayweather just going to do the same defensive route he does against everybody and just kind of let Logan tire himself out and then just hit him with the counters? Anyway, Floyd that needs that easy pay-per-view money to play around with him. How much money did that last fight that... Because I know Tyson fought, right? And because Logan Paul faced Nate Robinson, how much money did that bring in? Was that a huge money get? Man City fixtures are too good to be ignored. I know. I want KDB so bad on my squad. I'm going to try to bring him in, but the only problem is there's so many good assets out there. I don't know how I could choose. I don't know how I could choose to drop Bruno or Salah or Big Daddy Kane. You know what I mean? And outside of KDB, I don't know if there's another City asset that I would like. Yes, Mars is dope, but Mars is a rotation risk, Foden rotation risk, and there's nobody else. It's like Sterling's the same price as KDB, so I'd rather have KDB. So it's just hard for me to bring in any City players, but I am thinking about it in Gameweek 13. Score prediction for the City Derby. The Manchester Derby. 2-1 to City. 2-1 City. I appreciate you answering my question, Sean. I try to. I feel like everyone who comes on here, I try to answer everyone's questions and comments and whatnot. I know I could be like 15 minutes behind sometimes, but I be trying. I look forward to the next video or stream this week. About to catch up on Mandalorian Season 2. Hey, thank you so much for showing up, Eric Castillo. I appreciate you showing up every time, man. I don't know if I'll be making a video this week. Life's getting super hectic for me right now. It might just be streams from here on out, unless there might be like a cheeky video here and there. But yeah, I'm watching Mandalorian tonight as well. And thank you for showing up, man. I appreciate it. The way you drop girl sounds so like a pickup line. Yeah. What's good with you, girl? Yeah. It's unlike some Johnny Bravo stuff. Leans up against the door, flexing his biceps. I wish I still had some good biceps. Thinking of his upcoming Cheesecake Factory bill. Oh, dude. That was probably the worst date I ever went on. The first time I took a girl to Cheesecake Factory. I don't even want to get into it. It was just, it just sucked, man. That was the worst. And just having to pay like $40-$50, knowing the date's not going well. Like the date already wasn't going well. And it's like, well, I'm not going to not pay now. Yeah, easiest money of his career. Absolutely. If Logan Paul could start a YouTube and 10 years later box with Floyd, you know what that means. Rihanna and Don wedding. Yeah. Oh, man. Yeah. Now you got me slurring my speech, man, just thinking about that. I would just like to do... you know what I really want? I don't know what I really want to do with my YouTube moving forward. I have a few ideas of what I want to do with my YouTube moving forward. One of those would be when I become a physical therapist or a physiotherapist, what I want to do is like when someone gets injured, like for example, when Van Dijk got injured, of course I wouldn't be able to speak on this because I don't have his records. I haven't been able to examine him myself personally, but I want to be like, so this is the typical injury that happened. This is usually the time frame given. This is kind of what you expect with this kind of injury and the return that you could see at his age, blah, blah, blah. Kind of do like that. That's something I am looking forward to doing in a few years with this YouTube channel. Of course, I would like to do a Sean and Rihanna go to a Chelsea match. That'd be sweet. That'd be a cool YouTube video. I also thought about doing again, just me actually playing some football. I think that would be sweet. Me actually doing like football challenges, or see if I can hit up like a smaller football side like Biddeford FC or something like that, and see if a FPL YouTuber can make it in the actual football world. Anyway, let's speak that Rihanna and Don wedding into existence, man. Except I don't know if she goes for FPL YouTubers. Sick to see Mike Tyson box again. Dude, his hook, he still looks so good. I remember before games, one of the things I would do to like get hype was just watch Mike Tyson highlights. That dude is incredible, man. Even at his age, he was still throwing so fast. Wilson, Salah, or Kane and Jotsa? Wilson and Salah. I only say that because I'm not sure if Jotsa is going to play week in and week out for 90 minutes. Those two, I'm certain will. Wilson and Salah. Of course, I love Kane. I have Kane on my side, and he's been balling out. He's almost at 100 points already this season. We're not even a third of the way done. So, surely he can't get 300. Surely he can't be Leonidas. But for me, I'd probably say Wilson and Salah. Zuma gets into such good positions on set pieces. I'm thinking of swapping Chilwell for Zuma. You could, man. I mean, he is a threat in the box, man. That dude is good. I don't hate you for that. And it would free up some funds, too. Remember when Floyd nearly bought Newcastle? Did he really? I might have been a Newcastle fan. No, I wouldn't have been a Newcastle fan, but I did not know that. I know a lot of people want to talk about buying Newcastle lately. Prince Nas was my guy back in the day. Absolute legend. Ooh. Are we talking Nazadan? Nazadan. I love Nas, man. Let's see. 81 points with Walker Peters still play. Jake Jones, that is incredible. Jake Jones, 81 points is incredible, especially with one left to play. You can easily come away with, you should come away with 82 plus, right? You can do so much with that 1 million. I agree, man. That's partly why I have Bruno and Kane and not KDB, because that 1 million goes so far. So far. Hey, Don, how do you... My screen's cracked right there, so I got to scroll up. How do you blank college? Have you recruited any subscribers? What's that word? How do I blank college? How do I... how you FID and... I don't know what that word means. Have I recruited any subscribers? I have not recruited any subscribers. The only time I have recruited a subscriber is when I was just starting out, when I had like 2 subscribers, and one of them was that Dylan, that Arsenal fan I talk about all the time. He subscribed to me from back in the day when I did like, I locked the videos now, but I was doing like basketball trick shots and just super random stuff. Anyway, he was my subscriber back then, so I was it wasn't before COVID. I was talking to my buddies, and I was just telling them, like, yeah, dude, I'm just making YouTube videos now. That's all I'm doing because I'm just bored in COVID, you know what I mean? And they gave me a subscription. That's the only time I've ever recruited any subscribers. I'm terrible with that kind of stuff. As I drop Kane, ooh, for KDB though, that's a good, KDB scored more points this week. KDB has an incredible run of fixtures moving forward. I am not mad at that at all. I love, if you've watched the stream before, you know De Bruyne is my favorite player in the Prem. I gotta charge my laptop real quick. Excuse me while I get some dead air real quick. But yeah, if you've watched the stream before, you know I love KDB, man. He is one of my favorite players in the world. After this game week, I'm thinking of transferring out Walker Peters and to get a cheaper option and transfer Reece James in. Love it. I love it. I'm a big Reece James fan. He seems to. My batteries are low. Shows there. I'm a big Reece James fan. I'm gonna go back to my points because it is the day after. You know what I mean? I'm a big Reece James fan. James Ward-Prowse is nice, but I'd rather have Reece James playing than him. And it saves you some cash. Bro, what's your Instagram? My Instagram is SeanTheDon34. Sean with a W. It's not a It's not an FPL channel. It's my personal one. I have no problem with you guys following me there. Of course, I follow back too. But I don't post much. You know what I mean? Camera went out. See if I have more juice. All right, I still got some time left on my camera, even though my battery's dying. But yeah, Sean the Don 34. I could type it in the comments real quick. Let me do that. I can't multitask, so I got skadoosh. I put it in the comments there if you want to follow. I don't post too much, but it is what it is. Where are we at? Then when Bruno has poor fixtures and Kane has 4 great ones in 15 and 19, I'll swap them so they're the best fixtures in my squad. Let me see what Bruno's is 15 and 19. Leicester, Wolverhampton, Villa, Fulham. That's not terrible though. Wolverhampton just gave up 4. Villa either get a clean sheet or give up 2 or 3. So I mean, again, that's your move. You got to do what's best for your squad. At the end of the day, you do what you feel is best. Period. But I'm not against that at all. Big Daddy Kane, yeah. Shout out Big Daddy Kane one time, man. Same. Shout out Sad Man. Shout out Jake Jones. Is DCL to Ings a shout? Sheffield next week and pretty decent fixtures after that. I haven't seen what their fixtures are. Can I go look at their fixtures real quick? Y'all mind? I love Danny Ings. I think that's a good move, especially because DCL is at like 67% ownership, and Dings is at Dings, and Dings. I got surfing on my mind, and Danny Ings is at 5% selection. And so if Danny Ings scores and DCL doesn't, you're seeing a huge green arrow as far as that goes. Move us to the side a wee bit. But yeah, I like that move a lot. He's got Brighton. Well, he's not playing this week. Sheffield, Arsenal's tough. Arsenal's all right. City's tough, but he could score against anybody. Fulham, West Ham. So I like that shout. I like that shout a lot. I'm a big Danny Ings fan myself. I think you do a lot worse than switching DCL out for Danny Ings. Where are we at? I like that move, Jake. Thinking of getting rid of Walker for Diaz. Thoughts? Or should I get Reece James? I think Diaz is more nailed on than Walker is, it seems. But Walker has a potential to get you some assists here and there and bonus points more likely than Diaz. It all comes down to what you think. As you can see with my squad, my decision that I made was bringing in Reece James instead of those two. I had enough money to get Kyle Walker, but I went Reece James instead. I think Reece James is an incredible value on a team that is really good defensively, and he gets the green light to get up the field as much as he wants. And you saw with that assist, he was so high up the pitch. I didn't have a chance to see his heat map yet. Should I show that? Can I show? If you guys want, I'll show you the Reece James heat map. That's going to have to be a judgment call. I think Kyle Walker starts next week anyway. But for me, I would like sustainability and consistent starting of Reece James or DS more than Kyle Walker, personally. How am I finding college? Oh, sorry. I should have put that 2 and 2 together. Clearly, I'm not good at that kind of stuff. I don't start. I'm still doing. I start up college again on January 11th, I think. And so right now it's doing. I ended my undergrad and ended all my prerequisites lately, and so now I'm going into my actual field in January. And so for the next 4 or 5 weeks, it's going to be making sure I have all the equipment, all the items. I've done all of my transcripts are sent in. I have a new car because my car doesn't have good enough gas mileage, and having everything ready. So I'll let you guys know when I start my actual physical therapy school in January. As far as my undergrad, I loved undergrad, man. I love undergrad, girl. There you go. Yeah. It sounds, yeah. I'm working on it. It says finding my bro. Finding. Oh, yeah. I don't know why I couldn't see that, man. My eyes be playing tricks on me. Great hip-hop song. See you later, bro. Thank you, Kobe, for showing up, man. I appreciate it. Have a great week. Have a great week, too. Hopefully, I'll see you on Thursday for the live stream. Always appreciate you showing up. He's going to kick himself when he sees that. Yeah. See, you're right. When you bring in Rihanna too much into this conversation, and for the next 20 minutes, I ain't thinking straight, man. I ain't thinking straight, girl. So I just... Yeah. I can't believe I didn't see finding. I got to go back to that comment. Was that really that far off? Was I tripping that hard? I'm not even drinking today, man. How far back was it? It wasn't that far back, was it? No, it wasn't that far back. I'm going to find it real quick. It was... Yeah, it was so close. Oh, man. My eyes playing tricks on me. Let's see. Yeah, Rihanna. See, that is exactly why I cannot listen to Rihanna and make a transfer at the same time. It's not possible. Where are we at? I have Martinez in net as well. So 80 plus points with 10 minutes is so lucky. 80 plus is huge. Yeah, I mean, you're probably going into this week probably thinking, I bet you probably hope for like 50 points, 60 points without some guys playing. But 80 points, man, that is huge. That is huge. And now you're set up for a double game week here in the future too, isn't it? Let's see. What do I think? What do you think of getting Mopay out for Wilson or Watkins? I have Bamford and DCL on my squad at the moment. I would love to get rid of Mopay if I had him. If I had Mopay in my squad, I would absolutely do that for Wilson or Watkins. I would just wait to see if Watkins is, or if Wilson is healthy, or not. Yeah, if he's healthy, he doesn't have COVID, and they're able to play this weekend. But I would absolutely make that move. Mopay would frustrate me too much as an FPL owner. I have 700 overall points in KWP left to play. I'm assuming 70. 70. That's huge, man. 70 points. A lot of big scores on this. Congrats, Sadman. Sadman Jr. Sadman Jr. really flipping that frown upside down today with that 70-point performance. Couldn't get De Bruyne, but luckily he had Salah covering up, so happy. Again, going back to that essential point, right? You would say KWP there and did it again. You would say KDB was essential earlier this game week, and then Salah goes ahead and drops 14, the same amount as De Bruyne did, and now you're sitting there thinking, well, they're both... yeah, crazy, man. Crazy, girl. I think I'm going to take out Cancelo out earlier this game week or next. What do you think I could get to replace him? I already have Reece James, Walker Peters, and Chilwell. I would probably... you could go for Diaz. Diaz would be a good shout. You could go cheap and go Soufal and have Soufal and Walker Peters flipping depending on their schedule. I haven't seen if they work well together or not, though. And save up a little bit of cash. That's probably what I would do to use that fund somewhere else. Because you already have two big hitters in Reece James and Chilwell. So that third defender might be best being someone cheaper. Or you could go for Diaz and have a really stacked back line. That's what I would do. Ziyech and Vardy out for Bruno and Bamford for -4. Normally I would say absolutely, especially because Ziyech is hurt. But Bruno does play City this week. I would still say that's worth it because Ziyech is hurt. Now Vardy does play Brighton this week, but I would make that -4. I think that would be a good move. And those are two guys that you're going to have for a long time too, so it's a future business move. I like it. I ain't thinking straight, girl. I just yeah, man. Oh yeah, girl. I ain't thinking straight, girl. My mind playing tricks on me, girl. I'm trying to get used to this. Ziyech is great tracking back on defense. With him being injured, might cool down the overlapping runs from Reece, but it also can mean Reece getting in more crosses. I was thinking about that too, because when watching the matches, when Ziyech played, Ziyech did so good at cutting inside and creating so much on that overlap, right, for Reece James. And so who would play right winger? Where are the Chelsea fans at? Who's going to play right wing now that Ziyech is out? I don't think Havertz slides back out to the right wing. Is not as effective out there. I don't think Werner or Pulisic goes out there, right? Or am I mistaken? Does one of those two go out there? Any Chelsea fans out here, please let me know who you think plays right wing, because you're right. I always say it on this channel, but a great attacking fullback is helped created by a great attacking winger that creates a lot of space for him running up. Look at Trent Alexander-Arnold. Look at Robertson. They have great wingers to cut in for him. Reece James, Chilwell doing the same thing. So that's my thoughts. DCL out for Wilson. I would wait to see what happens with the injury front and the COVID. What's happening with that before I make that move. I don't think that's a bad shout. I think Wilson is a really good shout for these next 4 matches, especially because he has a double game week and the fixtures are beautiful for the next wee while. And DCL does have a tough run of fixtures, but DCL is scoring against everybody he's playing this week or getting an assist. So I don't know. since I started the stream, I'm kind of taking back my thoughts on getting rid of DCL. But for the longest time, this was the week I was planning on getting rid of him. But again, I would definitely wait to see what happens with the COVID front on Newcastle to see if I would make that move. My camera went out. Do I get another? Ooh, I get another 15 minutes, whatever it is. No, I meant to have 81 points not right now. You have 81 and 700 overall. Oh, I'm so. See. This is the point where I don't know if I'm jealous or more happy for you. That is awesome. 700 points. I don't even know what I'm at. I'm not even at 600. You're having an incredible season. And 81 today. Mr. Sadman Jr., that is phenomenal. Phenomenal. Well done. I love having people like that. I love having everyone on my stream anyway. That is awesome. So Hudson-Odoi plays right wing. So Hudson-Odoi also is a good attacking player and creates well off the dribble. So I'm not worried about Reece James having a lack of space to run into behind with Hudson-Odoi in. I'm actually super interested to see how Hudson-Odoi steps up to this challenge. Shardul says, I have 2 transfers available and was planning on Kane and Son out for De Bruyne and another. But after today, I have absolutely no clue. Yeah. Especially because Kane and Son have Crystal Palace this week and De Bruyne has United. So it's definitely a week that if I had Kane and Son, I would hold for this week. This is what, FPL is creating such a headache because everyone wants the premiums that are doing well, but right now every premium is doing well. Salah, Bruno, KDB, Kane, Sterling did well yesterday. Kane, Son, every premium is balling out, man. So it's just so hard. You can't fit everyone in. You're gonna have to take an L somewhere. You can't have. There's no way you could fit all 6, 7 of those people into your squad. So. I agree. I have no clue what to do either. Like I said, before today's game, I was planning on taking Kane out and bringing in De Bruyne in 2 weeks. But after today, I don't know. We could also see Pulisic playing as right wing and Werner as left wing, but I see Hudson-Odoi playing. Yeah, so even if Hudson-Odoi plays, that's 3 really good players with the ball at their feet and really good at making runs. So I still see Reece James getting into good positions. So I still like Reece James moving forward. Jake Jones says he's debating a -8 hit. DCL and Rodriguez out. Oh, wait. DCL, Rodriguez, and Fornells to Ings, Grealish, and a cheap bench option like Basuma. I don't know if that's worth the -8 personally. Do I think Ings and Jack Grealish outscore him this week? Yes. Enough for 8 points? I don't know. The only way I would consider doing that is if Ings and Grealish are going to be part of your team for a long time, right? I think that's the only time I'm willing to take a -8 hit is to do that. That's tough though. But again, at the end of the day, I always say this: if you think that that's the best move to make for your squad, do it. You know what I mean? Do it. Just do it. Shout out Starsky and Hutch one time. But for me, I think that's too much. I definitely like getting rid of James Rodriguez. I would probably get rid of James for Grealish anyway, and just as a free transfer. But that -8 hit is really rough. Shardul says, yeah, man, it's such a mess. It is. Everyone's on the best, and the transfer is so up. And the worst thing about it is nobody has bad fixtures. Like, the person who has the worst fixtures coming up is Harry Kane and Heung-min Son. But that's only one game. Liverpool. Like, Leicester are tough, sure. They're always a tough squad. But Wolverhampton just got 4 scored against them. Then you have Fulham, Leeds, Villa, Sheffield. Back to Liverpool, Brighton. So, yeah. The worst fixtures here are Son and Kane. But even those fixtures aren't necessarily the worst. Shout out Gene Ioko one time. Great song. It's such a headache. It's such a headache. If I was on a wild card, I wouldn't even know what to do. Normally you have the certain top 6, 7 players. MK, I would like to see your draft if you were here, by the way, your wild card draft. You have a certain 6 or 7 players that you're like, these are for sure into my squad. But right now, if I had a wild card, I'd be lost, man. Lost, girl. I'd be lost, girl. Let's see. Vardy, Jotsa, and DCL out. Oh, Ziyech got to go, obviously. Bamford, Wilson, Bruno, and Son in for a -12. Ooh, well, Ziyech ain't going to play, so I'm down for getting rid of him. Jotsa against Fulham, though. Jotsa may play against Fulham, and if he plays, there's a high possibility he gets an attacking return in that match. I'm not against DCL going out. I'm not against Vardy going out. But a -12, I don't know, because Vardy has Brighton. It might just be worth it to hold on. I know getting in Bruno would be beautiful. Getting in Son would be awesome. The worst thing is, looking at the players you're bringing in, I like having Bamford, Wilson, Bruno, and Son in your squad, but I don't know if that would be worth dropping those 4 for a -12 to do so just this week. That's tough. But again, if that's what you feel best for your squad, do it. Do it. Is that a good wow? Is that a good Palpatine impression? All right. I have KWP and JWP. All you need is KDB and you're golden. And Ryan for play to me for tomorrow. Let's hope James Ward-Prowse can score a free kick for you. That'd be sick. Actually, no, I have Lamptey. I hope he does it. But no, you have some good players going tomorrow too. Oh, you're in for a big week, Thor. Ward-Prowse for Madison -4. What do you think? I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it for a -4. No, if I had a free transfer, I would do it. But for a -4, I would say just hold it. I know Madison isn't necessarily the best FPL player this season, but for a -4 to bring in Ward-Prowse, that's not something not something that I personally would do. Just do it. Shout out to Ben Stiller, but also Shia LaBeouf. Yeah, yeah, Shia LaBeouf did it better, right? Do it. Yeah, Shia LaBeouf. That is an incredible video, man. What a legend. COVID has ruined FPL this year for me. Hopefully, you know what the beautiful thing is? It's taken me way too long to say this, but how beautiful it was to watch, to see and hear fans at stadiums today was just so beautiful, man. It was so beautiful, girl. It almost brought tears to my eyes. Man. But yeah, COVID is rough, dude. COVID's one of those things that we look back to and just cringe, man. Cringe. We just cringe, girl. Exactly. So I'm trying so hard to swap it with girl, but it ain't working. Exactly. So the plan was, Shardul says exactly. So the plan was to take Kane and Son out, but then give them back later. But now just lost. I'm in your same exact boat. I was planning on doing the same exact thing, but after they both dropped double digits, how do you drop those two? They're almost at 100 points, and we're only 11 game weeks into the season, and they're almost at 100 points. How do you drop that? How do you drop someone? I don't know how you do. All right, I gambled on Gabriel Jesus and captain the last 2 game weeks. Was a bad call. Do I keep him or sell him? Got good fixtures. Thank you so much for showing up, Thor. Throwing up, sure. Thank you so much for showing up, Thor. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it, girl. Have a good evening. Appreciate you showing up. I gambled on Gabriel Jesus and Cap. Yeah, so as far as the that does suck. I like being bold and going for it. It's a very Top Gun move, and I like it. Of course, it didn't pay off, and that sucks. If I was to keep him, I think I sell him. I think Aguero might be coming back soonish, and I might cut into his playing time. If it were me, I would look to move on from him. It's never the right time to say goodbye, but you know that we got to go our separate ways. Chris Brown. I would look to move on from him. I got rid of Kane a few game weeks ago, but kept Son. Best decision I've made, Son. Come on, Son. If you guys watch Psyche, I'll know where that's from. Maybe I'll go to Son. Maybe that's what I'll do, Son. I got rid of Kane. Yeah, so keeping Son was a great decision. A great decision keeping Son. I kept Kane myself. I got rid of Son. I didn't think he was looking all that good for the past X amount of game weeks. Let me go to him real quick. But he paid off to everyone who held on to him. Do I have another? Oh, got to switch to my webcam real quick. All right, that's going to wrap it up here pretty soon then. I got to wrap up. Where are we? No, I want that. Video capture device. Go to my webcam. On mi computadora. Cool. Make that a wee bit bigger. All right. That's going to wrap it up here pretty soon. Getting your last questions, last comments, and we'll call it a stream, and I'll see you guys on Thursday. As far as Son, going back to Son, I got rid of Son again because look at that, dude. Oh my gosh. He's had double-digit hauls in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Over 50% of the time, he's having double-digit hauls. Over 50% of his games, he's getting double-digit hauls. In fact, he hasn't had one time this season where he's had a return and it wasn't double digits. Not one time. He hasn't gotten a 6-pointer, an 8-pointer, a 5-pointer. It's double digits or go home. Go hard or go home. Shout out E40. Go big or go home for a human son. That is incredible. His lowest return he's had is 10 points. What a call. Yeah, I dropped him in Gameweek 7 or something like that. Or a 9, I don't know what it was. He just wasn't looking as good as he used to. He wasn't getting off enough shots, but he doesn't need much shots to score, man. He doesn't need much shots to score, girl. Yeah, good decision. This girl like straight up sounds like a 90s boy band lyric every time you drop it. What's the greatest? Hopefully I sound like Boys to Men. Boys to Men? What's another good one? 112? No, 112 was later. So was Pretty Ricky. Pretty Ricky was later too, right? Yeah. I feel like I'm sounding a little like boy band or like a 90s sitcom girl. Just stick with dude, yeah. Girl just isn't ringing off. I feel like I'm forcing it anyway. Anyway, DZS, thank you so much for showing up. I appreciate you showing up. Appreciate you being active here on the chats. I appreciate everyone being here, being active on the chat, and everyone for showing up. I forgot that my camera's gone, so it's my webcam now. Thank you so much for everyone for showing up. I appreciate it. Have a great week, DZS. Hopefully I'll see you on Thursday. Let's see. Don rolling with the El Gato. Yeah. El Gato. I wish I could speak better Spanish, man. Let's see, bro, girl. Thanks so much for the stream. Dope as always. Absolute legend. Appreciate that, man. Hey, let's for sure we got to get a Call of Duty game this week going. Yeah, I'm down to get a Call of Duty. I haven't played a battle royale in like 4 or 5 months. I'm down to get a game or two. Yeah. Any last questions? Any last comments? Please get them in quick before I end this stream and eat some cinnamon toast crunch and watch Mandalorian. If Mr. Enigma was here, he had a question about hip-hop suggestions and he's not here. I wish he... dang, I always love talking about hip-hop with Mr. Enigma. Anyway, Jake Jones says, great stream, Don. Thank you. I appreciate that, Jake. Have a great evening. Yeah, Walker Peters hat-trick. If Walker Peters gets a hat-trick, oh, that would be crazy. If he got a hat-trick, he'd probably be the most transferred-in player this week, outside of like Salah or something, or Mane. I appreciate that. It means a lot. It seriously means a lot. I try to make these streams... I try to improve every day and whatnot and make these streams as fun as possible and try to have as much energy as possible. But it's funny what got me in trouble in growing up with all this energy is now making for good streams, I guess. It's like, what was that Kanye West lyric in what was the song with Lupe Fiasco? Touch the Sky. It told me to right my wrongs, but it's funny them same wrongs helped me write these songs. Yeah, that was a dope bar. Nocturnal Fish, appreciate it, man. Thank you so much for showing up. I appreciate all these comments. Thank you so much. I guess I'll give it another 60 seconds to see if anyone gets in any last comments or questions, then I'll just hit the finish stream thing. Have a good night to you too, Shardul. Thank you so much for showing up. I try to make it as fun as possible. Keep life as fun as possible. Keep everyone laughing and entertained. I don't know how much I keep you. I don't know how much how funny I am, but I try. My brother definitely always makes fun of me about it. Let's see. Any last questions? So, yeah. Last questions, last comments. Please get them in. If not, I'll just do while I wait for any last questions, I'll show you my squad and my plan, and then I'll wrap it up if there ain't no more questions. Ain't no sunshine when she gone. So this is my squad for next week. The captaincy armband is on Mo Salah, and it ain't going to move all week. I got Chilwell and James on my bench playing, and I'm going to stick with Kane for the time being. Kane does have my vice captaincy chip right now. I got $2.5 million in the bank. Shoddy, what you drink? Was that 50 Cent? No, it's not 50 Cent song. This is what my squad is looking like for next week. I'm feeling pretty optimistic about it moving forward. I did do Diogo Jota courtesy of Modelo. Hopefully it doesn't bite me in the end. If not, I don't mind taking a -4 to switch it out. Anyway, it is what it is. So that's no more questions. All right, I'll wrap it up there. Thank you, everyone, for showing up. I appreciate that. Hopefully, it was a fun stream. Hopefully, we were able to talk some FPL and got some good... I don't know if you got good advice from me, but other people got good advice for your teams moving forward. And I think the moral of the story today was don't take your girl to Cheesecake Factory. Or your guy, whatever it may be. Don't take your significant other or don't take a date out to Cheesecake Factory. And again, with all this stuff, with all the... see if I can phrase this right. I love what FPL are doing with Rainbow Laces. I love what they're doing with No Room for Racism. Remember, life is short. Everyone is welcome here on this channel. And if you're going through a hard time or anything, my DMs are open on Twitter, on Instagram, whatever it may be. Have a great week. I will be live streaming on Thursday around 6 o'clock London time. Thanks, everyone, for showing up, man. I appreciate every single one of y'all. And I'll see you on Thursday. Take care. And take some time to make someone laugh, of course. And listen to some Outcast. Listen to some Frank Ocean. Listen to some Frank Ocean and some Outcast this week. Catch y'all.